up, Drumler Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's go right into the news. Now, our first story is about Jake Paul. Yes, this story keeps on going. There's no end in sight. As you may or may not know, Jake Paul is a Disney star on a show called Berserk. His character name is Dirk or whatever. It should be Dork, right? Anyhow, with all this negative press happening with Jake Paul, I keep asking myself, didn't Disney drop PewDiePie over a joke? How the hell have they not dropped Jake Paul? Well, late yesterday, Disney dropped Jake Paul. Jake tweeted out, "I love you all. Thanks for the support. Can't wait to continue to grow and conquer. Jake Paulers will always ride." With a screenshot post that said, "What's up, Jake Paulers? I hate to have to throw crazy news on you guys all at once, but since we are family, I know you will understand and be super supportive. Long story short, my team, Disney Channel, and I have come to an agreement. It's finally time to move on from the Disney family, and Berserk being a part of the Disney family for the past 2 years was incredible and a dream come true. I love the castmates and will continue to support Disney, but I have outgrown the channel and I feel it's time to move forward with my career. Blah, 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 blah." And Disney came out with a statement saying this: "We've mutually agreed that Jake Paul will leave his role Channel series Berserk," said a spokesman for the network in a statement. "On behalf of our production company, the cast and crew, we thank Jake for his good work on the TV series for the past 18 months and extend our best wishes to him." Now, if it really was a mutual agreement, why the hell is it happening in the middle of the season? Variety came out with an article titled, "Jake Paul exits Disney Channel's Berserk mid-season." You know, this reminds me of when your girlfriend breaks up with you, but then you tell all your friends, "Hey, I actually dumped her." I'm only speculating here, but I'm pretty sure Disney wanted to get rid of Jake, but wanted to do it so they wouldn't have Jake Paul's fans attack Disney. Because if it was a mutual agreement between Jake Paul and Disney, then Jake wouldn't be upset with Disney at all, wouldn't have any hatred towards Disney, right? Well, if you go to Jake Paul's Twitter and you looked at the tweets that he liked a tweet from Oscar that said, "Disney gonna lose ton of views." Oh, it seems like Jakey's salty. I'm pretty sure Disney shit-canned Jake Paul. In related Jake Paul news, Jake Paul doxed Post Malone. Post Malone is good friends with H3H3. They've been on the podcast many times. When H3H3 and Post Malone make content together, it's great. I love it. I support it. And last week on the podcast, H3H3 and Post Malone were picking on Jake Paul and his music. You know, just basically saying that it's horrible. It's garbage. But then a couple days ago, Post Malone tweeted out this: "Sorry, Gila Kleiners," where he showed that he was purchasing a bunch of Jake Paul merchandise. Now, if you watch H3H3 and Post Malone, you would know that this had to be a joke. Like, this had to be a meme. There's no way that Post Malone is actually gonna be rocking Jake Paul merchandise in public. But Jake Paul, being the big ego, big-headed motherfucker that he is, he actually thought that Post Malone changed his mind and became a Jake Pauler. Like, Jake Paul was convinced that Post Malone was now a fan of Jake Paul. In a video uploaded 2 days ago from Jake Paul titled, "I have a huge announcement," Jake Paul actually filmed himself going to Post Malone's house, delivering him the Jake Paul merchandise. Now, when Jake Paul is vlogging this at Post Malone's house, he's literally showing Post Malone's whole house. I'm not going to show you the footage here because it's an invasion of privacy, but Jake Paul literally put up on his channel for over 5 million people to see where Post Malone lives, the license plates on Post Malone's cars. I mean, this shit's unreal. Now, when I first saw this, I thought, you know, Jake Paul had to have called beforehand, or Jake Paul's people called Post Malone's people, and they set this up for Post Malone to be in the vlog. I honestly thought that. I knew Post didn't like Jake, but I thought maybe he just was in the video for a meme. It didn't cross my mind that Jake Paul would actually, without permission, go and film Post Malone's house and put it up on his channel. But oh my God, I was wrong. Yesterday, a video uploaded by Post Malone's good friend, Ethan, H3H3, titled Jake Paul Doxes Post Malone. In the video, Ethan is furious that Jake Paul had the audacity to publicly show Post Malone's house. And when H3H3's video dropped yesterday, even Jenna Marbles responded by saying this: "This is the most horrible, self-serving, illegal, and manipulative invasion of privacy I have ever seen." You go, girl. You go, girl. Love Jenna Marbles. So we know Post Malone bought Jake Paul merchandise, but how did Jake Paul actually get the address to Post Malone's house? Because Jake Paul does his merch through a company known as Fanjoy. So that would mean that when Post Malone purchased this merch, the company Fanjoy gave Post Malone's private information to Jake Paul. And that's fucked up, because if you go to the Fanjoy website and look under their privacy policy, it says, "Fanjoy Company is committed to protecting your privacy. We prepared this private policy to describe to you our practices regarding personal data." Fanjoy, how exactly are you committed to protecting, the user's privacy if you gave Post Malone's address to Jake Paul? Now, this is the founder and owner of Fanjoy, known as Chris. Chris, you got some fucking explaining to do. How exactly did Jake Paul get the address of Post Malone? Unfucking believable. And now for the news that happened just this morning. Jake Paul's house, the Team 10 house, got swatted. A SWAT team in full SWAT gear with 4 police cars showed up to the Team 10 house and pulled out all the members of Team 10 and put them in cuffs. And we know this was a swatting because none of them were actually arrested. And for those of you that don't understand the term swatting, swatting is when somebody calls in a false police report and says that, someone with a gun is inside murdering people, to trick the SWAT team to come in and, do exactly what happened. Now, Jake Paul wasn't there at the time. He was actually in Miami, but all of the members of Team 10 were seen outside in cuffs. And guys, if you're following me on Twitter, you know that I was talking about more Jake Paul news, a big story that we're working on that was going to come out today. We need to hold off on that. It's not ready, but I can guarantee you by next Friday, this news is going to drop, and it is big. Jake Paul is going to be in really deep shit. And now for our final story. KSI has come back to YouTube. Today, he uploaded a video titled, "Let's Have a Talk." Now, in this video, KSI explains that YouTube used to be about you. But now YouTubers have, million-dollar investors putting money into them, huge production teams, that YouTube has turned into something else. And JJ said that he's guilty of some of this himself, and for him, YouTube became like a job and not just fun like it used to be. And this is why he took a big break. And I have to applaud him for the video. With Jake Paul and Team 10 and all these different vloggers, YouTube is quickly turning into Hollywood, and I don't like it. I want YouTube to go back to being about you, the individual YouTuber. I've been doing YouTube for like 8 years, and I've seen pixelated videos turn into mini movies that are released daily. And when you have camera crews and a production company behind an individual vlogging YouTuber, the vlogs and the videos stop being authentic, they stop being real, and it turns into reality television, which we all know is fake. But unfortunately, there is no end in sight to this change, and this is what YouTube is becoming. Guys, I'm sorry to end this video on such a sad note, but if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed the hard work that we're doing here at Drama Alert, please slap a like on it. I don't have a Patreon. I will never ask you for money. All I want in return is a like. Make sure you're subbed with notifications on. We have a lot of stuff that we're working on that's coming out next week. Drama Alert Nation now over 2,090,000 subscribers. Cause yeah, my brother messed up, but he still got his Disney contract. What is up, Trouble Alert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's go right into the news. Now, our first story is about Jake Paul. Yes, this story keeps on going. There's no end in sight. As you may or may not know, Jake Paul is a Disney star on a show called Berserk. His character name is Dirk or whatever. It should be Dork, right? Anyhow, with all this negative press happening with Jake Paul, I keep asking myself, didn't Disney drop PewDiePie over a joke? How the hell have they not dropped Jake Paul? Well, late yesterday, Disney
Kasi dapat ay pinaghalo yan ng kung anong kailangan ng publiko at ano ang gusto ng publiko. Kasi if you give the public what it needs lang and not in a compelling manner, hindi sila manunood. Journalists are supposed to give information that will allow people to make informed opinions and informed judgment call. You must want to write stories that will make people want to change their world for the better. One of my idols in journalism always says this: ang trabaho natin mga reporter is to make the important interesting and the interesting relevant. Dahil maraming importante, boring kung titingnan mo. Ang trabaho natin is to make that compelling. So people will want to read it, will want to do something about it, will want to change it.
Wow! Unbelievable!
Mga bakal na, binabarbel ko, dinadumbbell niya lang.
Para sa iba pang balita at impormasyon, mag-subscribe lamang po sa news5.com.ph. We are always on.
Simulan na ang inyong araw sa balitaang naiibang timpla.
Sa gitna ng kaliwat ka ng
Sa kulungan naman, idiniretso.
Naging mainit na topic sa
Busugin ng isip at huwag magpahuli sa balita.
Sa unang pagkakataon, kasama po natin live dito sa Aksyon sa umaga si dating DILG Secretary Mike Sueno.
This is what I get in return. Napakasakit.
Mga balitang hindi biased dahil bawat panig pinakikinggan.
Alam nyo sinungaling yan. Yung waiver na yun para sa kanya lang.
Ang problema kasi yata, hindi pinapansin ng media yung mga sinasabi niya.
Dito naman tayo sa mga balita.
Dito, ang inyong opinyon ay mahalaga.
Ang iba naman, mas gusto raw ma-appoint ang Mocha Girl sa gobyerno.
Ilalahad ang iba pang mga kwento sa likod ng balita.
kapag controversial ang appointee, dun ka magsi-secret voting. Kasi dun mas maraming tanong eh.
Balitaang kumpletos rekados.
Nakikita sa CCTV
Dito
ang mga
sa Aksyon sa Umaga, dire-diretso lang ang balita.
I have my weaknesses, but I choose to be strong. I choose to be brave.
I am aware of my flaws, but I choose to be fierce. I choose to do right by others.
I have my doubts and my struggles, but I choose to go all out. I choose to be different.
I choose to be free.
I am what I choose.
I choose to keep fighting.
To carry on.
To live courageously.
TV5 pushes me to be what I want to be.
It encourages me.
It inspires me.
TV5 keeps the fight in me burning.
I choose TV5.
I choose courage.
Ang progresibong Pilipino, may pananaw. Higit sa lahat, may pakialam. Mapa-social media man o sa kani-kanyang pamayanan. Ang bawat isyu ng lipunan, pamahalaan at bayan, binabantayan, pinag-uusapan. Kaya naman, sa isang pambihirang pagkakataon, pag-aarapin ng News 5 sa isang natatanging debate, ang pinakamatutunog at pinakamatatalas na personalidad sa bansa, kasama ang kanilang tagapamagitan, ang hepe ng News 5 na si Lucy Cruz Valdez. Walang isyong palalampasin, walang balitang hindi hihimayin. Sino ang kakampihan mo? Makisali, mag-isip, magpasya, manindigan. Ngayong July 29, Sabado na 7:30 ng gabi sa TV5.
Rafi Tulfo po. Ang simple definition ng balita ay ito'y impormasyon na mahalagang malaman ng mga mamamayan upang magamit nila yan as a tool to enhance their knowledge on what is happening around the country, around the world. We have to be more vigilant para alamin kung alin talaga ang fake news sa totoong news. Magbasa ng mga libro, magbasa ng mga dyaryo, at palaging tingnan sa paligid kung ano yung mga kaganapan na nangyari sa ating bansa.
Para sa iba pang balita at impormasyon, mag-subscribe lang sa news5.com.ph. We're always on.
Guys, ready? Let's do this!
So you like actions more?
Oh my God!
Happen!
Ang lalaroin nating game ay ang Overwatch.
Let the match begin.
Goodness. High five.
Ah! Get it!
Oh, he's fucking.
Kami ang bata babes. Kami lang naman yung tutulog sa'yo mamaya. Yan!
How about the shooting game? Oh no! Thank you, Mercy. You're the best.
Let's do this.
I love this game.
Good job. We survived.
Hola mga kapatid. Good afternoon.
Mga kapatid.
Step forward.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna counterattack.
Gagawin mo yung self-breast exam mga 1 week after menstruation. Need ba magpa-facelift agad?
I miss you like crazy. Nakangiti at kapwa masaya. I hate the rocky face. I love you twice. Magpakilan pa man.
Sasamahan ka sa iyahan. Kete sa'yo.
Talagang papatayin dito. If I were Dilima, ladies and gentlemen, I'll hang myself. Sabi ko sa taong bayan, walang korupsyon. Baski kaibigan kita, you're fired. Kalukuhan yan. Nagmarsyalo mo tayo, no? Anong nangyari? Gumaling ba ang buhay natin hanggang ngayon? Wala.
kapatid, live po tayong napapanood sa TV5 at Action TV Channel 41. Naka-livestream din po tayo sa ating always on online platform na news5.com.ph at sa
doon ay
Umaksyon live mula sa Batasang Pambansa, si Maricel Halili. Maricel, anong oras inasahan si Pangulong Duterte dyan?
Lucy, alas 3:30 ngayong hapon inaasahan ang pagdating ng Pangulong Rodi Duterte dito sa Kongreso para sa kanyang ikalawang State of the Nation address na inaasahang magsisimula mamayang alas 4 ng hapon. Oras sa dumating ang Pangulo dito sa Kamara ay sasalubungin siya ng Sergeant of Arms ng House of Representatives at ng Senado. Ayon kay Communications Secretary Martin Andanar, ang final script o yung pinakang huling talumpati ng Pangulo para sa kanyang SONA ay aabutin ng 15 pahina. Sa kanilang taya, kung dire-diretsyong magiging pagbasa dito ng Pangulo, maaari daw na higit kumulang nasa 50 minuto ang itatagal ng SONA ng Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Pero kapag isinama pa yung kanyang mga adlib at yung mga palakpakan, hindi raw malayo na abutin pa ito ng 1.5 oras. Ang sabi ni Secretary Andanar, asahan daw na magiging laman nito yung mga nagawa ng Administrasyong Duterte sa nakalipas na 1 taon at kung ano-ano pa yung kanilang magiging plano para sa susunod na 5 taon. Lucy, isa sa mga pinakaunang dumating dito sa Kongreso, si dating Pangulo at ngayon Manila Mayor Joseph Estrada. Para sa kanya, naging maganda daw ang performance ng Pangulo sa kanyang unang taon at nagsasalita na nga dito yung mga numero na lumalabas sa survey at yung pagpabor ng Kongreso sa martial law extension. Naritong bahagi ng pahayag ni Manila Mayor Joseph Estrada.
Can you go against the will of the people? Right now, he has a rating of 82%. And it's improving more. And especially yesterday, we got an overwhelming vote for his martial law. You know, not Congress, not the Senate and Congress, you know. Overwhelming.
Lucy, bukod nga kay ERAP, kabilang din sa mga naunang dumating yung mga miyembro ng Makabayan Bloc na sina Representatives Antonio Tino at Carlos Zarate na may suot-suot panapin na nakalagay na no to martial law. Ito raw yung kanilang simpleng paraan ng pagpapahayag ng pagtutol sa pag-e-extend ng batas militar. Lucy?
Maricel, last year, napakaraming points during the SONA na nag-deviate siya sa kanyang written speech or prepared speech. Maasahan ba natin na this time around magsistick siya sa script, kumbaga?
Lucy, yan din yung isang bagay na hindi pa masagot ngayon ng ilan sa mga miyembro ng kabinete kasi sinasabi nga nila Manila, alam naman daw natin yung personalidad ng Pangulo na kahit na meron ng nakahanda na talumpati, hindi pa rin talaga nila masiguro kung talagang magiging faithful siya dito dahil nagsasalita na daw siya sincerely. So kung ano man yung naisip niya, posible pa rin daw na magsingit-singit na mga adlib ang Pangulo. Lucy?
Alright, dyan na lang muna tayo pero mag-uusap ulit tayo mamaya. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Maricel Halili. Samantala, may wish list naman ng ilang kongresista para sa gusto nilang matalakay sa ikalawang SONA ng Pangulo. Nasa linya po ng telepono si Royces Nagit. Royces?
Yes, Lucy, umaasa nga ang ilang opposition congressmen na ang ikalawang SONA ni Pangulong Duterte ay mas tutuon sa pagtugon sa kahirapan at hindi lamang sa pagbibida sa drug war. Ayon sa kay Akbayan Party List Villari, gusto niyang marinig ang tungkol sa pagtapos ng kontraktualisasyon at suporta para sa mga magsasaka at mangingisda. Sana rin daw ay highlight ang pagtutulong ng kapayapaan imbes na ang giyera sa Mindanao. Si Figaro Representative Teddy Pagila at mas gusto raw marinig ang socio-economic programs ng Pangulo para sa mahihirap kesa sa drug war. Ang Makabayan Bloc naman ng Kongreso, umaasa raw na magpo-focus si Duterte sa interes at kapakinabangan at pamumuhay ng mga Pilipino gaya raw ng trabaho, babahay, dagdag sahod at hindi raw sa militaristang solusyon sa mga problema gaya na lang ng martial law at madugong drug war nito. Hinikay din nila si Duterte na abandonahin daw ang tax reform bill na lalo nilang magpapahirap sa mahihirap nating mga kababayan. Isulong ang e-stock at tunay na independent foreign policy. Sa panig naman, ng mga nasa mayorya ng Kamara, inaasahan daw nila na ibibida ni Pangulong Duterte ang mga naging tagumpay dito sa unang taon. Partikular, ang mga tagumpay kontra droga. Nais din daw nilang marinig sa Pangulo ang plano nito para sa rehabilitasyon sa Marawi. suportado naman daw ng karamihan sa kanila ang supplemental budget para sa Marawi kung hihingin ito sa kanila ng Pangulo. Si Samar Representative Edgar Sarmiento raw marinig mula kay Duterte ang suporta sa pagpasa ng Freedom of Information Bill, Unified National ID System at reforma sa banking policies ng bansa. Si Sidak Party List Representative Sherwin na naman, gusto raw marinig sa Pangulo ang pagtugon sa red tape at paghabol sa mga tiwali sa gobyerno. Gayon din ang pagtitiyak na paisisigin ang seguridad kontra terorismo. Gusto rin daw marinig na ang plano ni Duterte para matugunan ang problema sa traffic sa Metro Manila. Sa SOC ay marami na sa mga mambabatas ang nasa loob ng session hall ng Kongreso at patuloy pa rin ang pagdating ng mga bisita dito sa Batasang Pambansa. Inaasahan, Lucy, na alas 3:30 ay isasaranan ang lahat ng mga pintuan, papasok at palabas ng plenaryo at yung mga mauhuling bisita ay dadalhin na lamang daw sa North Lounge para doon mapanood ng Pangulo. Tinatayang nasa 3,000 kasi yung kabuang bisita na inaasahang dadagsa ngayon para sa ikalawang SONA ng Pangulo. Lucy?
Alright, maraming salamat, Royces Nagit. Umaasa naman ang ilang bisita na hindi lang sa drug war sa sentro ang speech ng Pangulo. Umaksyon live si JV Arsena. JV?
Luchi, ilang minuto na lamang mula ngayon ay darating na nga si Pangulong Duterte dito sa Kamara. At dito naman sa kinatatayuan natin sa North Wing Lobby, isa-isa nang dumating ang mga bisita. Ilan sa mga namataan ko na dumating na ang ilang cabinet members tulad ni Presidential Legal Counsel Salvador Panelo, Budget Secretary Benjamin Jokno at naispatan na rin natin si dating Foreign Affairs Secretary Perfecto Yasay na inimbitahan daw ng Pangulo. Dumating na rin si DFA Secretary Alan Peter Cayetano at Finance Secretary Sonny Dominguez. Sa mga senador, dumating na sina Senador Joel Villanueva at Senator J.V. Ejercito, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, Senator Chis Escudero at ang may bahay na si Hart Evangelista. Ayon kay Villanueva, umaasa siya na hindi lamang drug war ang tatalakayin ng Pangulo kundi pati na rin ang usapin ng ekonomiya at trabaho. Inaasahan din na tatalakayin ng Pangulo ang sitwasyon sa Marawi at pagtulong sa mga apektado ng krisis. Dumating na rin si Supreme Court spokesman Attorney Duterte at sa mga kongresista naman, nandito na rin yung mga miyembro ng Makabayan Bloc na sinabayan muna Congressman Carlos Zarate, Teachers Party's Representative Antonio Tino at Congresswoman Franz Castro. Ang gimmick naman nila, Luchi, may mga nakasulat o mga pin na ang sulat ay no to martial law at all-out war. Luchi, prangka, challenging at realistic daw pero punuro ng pag-asa itong SONA ni Pangulong Duterte ngayong hapon at ang tema nga nito ay a comfortable life for all. At ngayon naman, Luchi, makakasama natin ang isa sa mga miyembro ng minorya dito sa Kamara, si Congressman Harry Roque. Good afternoon, sir. Kamusta po kayo at ano po yung inyo pong expectations dito sa ikalawang SONA ni Pangulong Duterte?
Well, pinaka-importante tingin ko sa sambayan ng Pilipino yung mga gagawing mga hakbang ng ating presidente para masupil yung ating mga kalaban dyan sa Marawi. No? Iba kasi talaga yung banta ng ISIS at nais natin malaman nasa na bang ISIS, sila ba'y nasa Marawi lang o sila ay nasa iba pang parte ng Mindanao at anong mga konkretong hakbang at pulisiya na kinakailangan ng presidente para tuluyang masupil na itong banta ng ISIS.
Pagdating sa mula nung isang taon na SONA ng Pangulong Duterte hanggang sa ngayong SONA na ito ng Pangulo, Congressman, ano yung tingin mo na natupad na ng Pangulo at saan naman siya nabigo?
Well, madami pa dapat talagang ma-accomplish ang presidente. No? Siguro naman walang kaduda-duda, nananalo tayo sa gera laban sa droga dahil napakamahal ngayon ng droga. No? Pero hindi lang naman yun talaga ang problema ng Pilipinas. No? Yung problema ng traffic, wala pa rin kasagutan. Yung problema ng underspending, mukhang wala pa rin kasagutan. No? Yung problema ng mga lokal na pamahalaan na palaging kulang ang kanilang mga resources, no? At yung pinapangako niya na pagbabago ng saligang batas ay mukhang hindi talaga umusad nung unang taon ng Kongreso.
So kung tutuusin ba yung nakaraang Kongreso, yung first regular session ng 17th Congress, hindi gaanong umuusad lahat ng mga urgent bill o yung mga sinertify pa ng Pangulo ng mga priority bills?
Well, hindi po pwedeng i-underestimate yung halaga ng nagawa ng Kongreso, lalong-lalo na yung pangtao ng budget dahil talagang pinaka-importanting trabaho, lalong-lalo na ng Kamara. No? Pero mabagal talaga ang proseso. No? Meron na kung 4 na panukalang batas na lahat certified urgent ng mga presidente, pero bagamat nangako ang parehong liderato ng Senado at Kamara, yung Universal Healthcare, yung FOI, yung Whistleblower Act, hindi talaga sila umabot man lang sa plenaryo. So kinakailangan talaga gumawa ng hakbang ang liderato ng parehong Kongreso at ang Senado para mapabilis yung pagiging batas ng mga priority measures na certified urgent na ating presidente.
Sa kampo ng minorya, ano ang magagawa ho ninyo para mas mapabilis yung legislative agenda ng administrasyon?
Well, narariyan yung mga panukalang batas na ang administrasyon mismo ang nais makita na maisabatas. No? Pero sa amin ngayon, ang pangako namin, mas lalo naming titindihan yung pagbabantay sa pangtaunang budget, lalo naming babantayan yung mga pinagdududahan namin mga pork barrel at tututulan itong mga individual line items nito.
Okay, so kahit sa kabila ng pagtutol ng Pangulo sa pork barrel, meron pa rin bang pork barrel ngayon?
Well, naniniwala kami na matagal talaga bago matanggal na tuluyan yung pork barrel na yan. Pero nung isang taon, napakadami naming mga lump sum appropriation na na-discover sa budget. No? At inaasahan nga namin na madidiscover na naman namin yan sa pantaunang budget na ipopropose ngayong hapon ng Presidente. So kung last year, medyo parang pinagbigyan natin ang administrasyon dahil ito'y kauna-unahang pagkakataon na nagsubiti ng budget at hindi talaga sila yung gumawa ng budget na yan. Itong taon na ito, nagkaisang minorya na mas maninindigan kami laban sa pork barrel at mas magmamatsyag.
Kung bibigyan niyo ho ng marka ang unang taon mula ng unang SONA na puno ng pangako hanggang ngayon, ano po ang ibibigay ninyo ng marka sa Pangulo?
Pasado naman, 83, no? Dahil meron namang pinakitang political will ang Presidente doon sa laban sa droga at laban sa korupsyon. Kaya nga lang, mas marami pa tayong mga problema. At kinakailangan din sa tingin ko, no, itong pangalawang SONA niya, bagatinan niya talaga kung anong posisyon natin doon sa sigalot natin sa bansang China. Walang tumututol sa pagkakaibigan sa bansang China, pero importante rin malaman natin ano talaga ang strategiya natin at anong pulisiya natin dyan sa West Philippine Sea na pinag-agawa.
Okay, panghuling katanungan na lang po, Congressman, yung tungkol doon sa pagpabor ninyo sa martial law extension. Bakit to kayo pumabor at ano naman po ang inyong thoughts about doon sa pahayag ng mga tumututol sa martial extension na i-apela pa rin daw nila ito sa Korte Suprema?
Well, sumuporta ako dahil meron pa rin putukat, meron pa rin rebellion at meron pa rin banta sa seguridad ng ating mga kababayan dyan sa Marawi sa iba pang parte ng Mindanao. At ang bantay nanggagaling sa isang international terror group, hindi ordinaryong terror group na ISIS. No? Kaya naman ako sumang-ayon dahil ayaw ko maging another Aleppo ang Mindanao. No? Pero siyempre, hindi rin natin mapipigilan yung mga kumukontra sa martial law sa pagpunta sa Korte Suprema. Naniniwala naman ako na nung binasura ng kauna-unahang pagkakataon ng Korte Suprema yung mga challenges na yan, ay babasura na naman itong later challenges. Lalo na ngayon na ang suporta ng Kongreso ay binigay sa isang joint session pa.
Okay, maraming salamat po Congressman Harry Roque, mga kapatid. Luchi, at sa ngayon nga ay patuloy pa rin yung pagdating ng ating pong mga bisita dito sa Kamara, lalo na dito sa North Wing Lobby kung saan nga karamihan sa mga VIPs at ay pinapapasok na, at ilan nga sa mga huling natin nakita dito ay si Batangas Congresswoman Vilma Santos Recto. Luchi?
JV, napag-uusapan na rin lang yung extension ng martial law dahil we're dealing here with an international terrorist group, no, na konektado na ngayon sa Maute. No? Pinaigting ba ang seguridad dyan? Is there anything in terms of stepping up security now that there's that terrorist threat?
Yes, Luchi. Kaninang umaga, alas 6 pa lang kami nandito na ay talagang sabi ko na mas mahigpit yung seguridad na ipinatutupad ngayon kumpara sa mga nakaraang SONA. Pang-pitong SONA ko na ito, Luchi, na kino-cover, at dito ko lang nakita na 3 layer na dinadaanan yung security ng mga papasok dito sa Kamara. Unang-una, Luchi, yung PSG checkpoint, meron na silang high-tech na X-ray car scanners na hindi mo na kailangang bumaba dahil kitang-kita na yung laman ng sasakyan. At yung pangatlong, yung panghuling stop o yung inspection ay dito naman papasok sa entrance ng North Wing Lobby. Talagang mahigpit yung pinatutupad, may mga K9 unit na pinakakalat at dinagdagan din yung mga tao o security personnel bukod sa police, militar at PSG ay may mga idinagdag pa ng mga security personnel dito sa Kamara na nag-iikot na nasa 1,000 yung may pinakakalat dito lamang sa loob ng Batasan Complex, Luchi.
Alright, maraming salamat sa iyo, JV Arsena. Bago po tumungo ng batasang pambansa ay nagdaos muna ng morning session ang Senado. Dito inilatag ni Senate President Coco Pimentel ang kanilang magiging priority bills. Ilan sa mga tututukan ng upper house sa mga susunod na buwan ay ang mga panukalang tax reform package, anti-terrorism law, national ID system law at Bangsamoro Basic Law. Hindi rin daw mawawala ang charter change para bigyang daan ang isinusulong na federalismo ni Pangulong Duterte. Pero ngayon pa lamang nagbanta na ang minority senators na hindi agad lulusot ang mga ito. Kikilatisin daw kasi nila ito ng mabuti. Kasabay nito ay naglatag din ng mga bagong priority bill sa pagbubukas ng second regular session. Kasama na riyan ang pagsasabatas ng Bangsamoro Basic Law at pagsusulong ng federalismo. Special mention din ang panukala para sa civil union at dissolution of marriage. Plano ring i-reorganize ang ilang ahensya tulad ng pag-iisa ng LTO at LTFRB at gawin itong Land Transport Authority. Bubuo rin ang Philippine Railways Authority at Philippine Airports Authority na magbibigay ng pamantayan sa lahat ng tren at paliparan sa bansa. Balak ding ibigay sa Kongreso ang kapangyarihan na magbigay ng prangkisa sa mga concession days. Bago ang ikalawang SONA ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte, balikan muna natin ang mga binitiwan niyang pangako sa unang SONA at kung ano ang nangyari sa mga ito. Kasama po si Ed Linggao. Ed.
Maraming salamat, Lucy. Bising-bising araw natin ngayon dahil bising-busy rin yung ating nakaraang taon. Simulan po natin dito sa issue ng illegal na droga sa mga pangako ni Pangulong Duterte. Ito po ang pinakasentro ng kampanya ng Pangulo, ang war on drugs. Sa opisyal po na tala ng PNP, merong 86,000 na drug arrests, 1.3 million surrenderies at 3,200 na napatay sa war on drugs. Medyo maliit po yan doon sa sinasabi ng mga human rights groups dahil ito po yung official tally na mga napatay sa mga police operations. So hindi po kasama dyan yung mga natagpo ang patay doon sa mga tabing kalsada. At pangako rin po ng Pangulo ay faster rate of investigations. Ang sabi po ng Justice Department, merong 81% resolution rate ngayon ang Duterte administration. At nangako ng suporta ang Pangulo para sa mga pulis sa pagtugis sa mga kriminal. Medyo po naging controversial ito, lalo't 2 beses na sinabi ng Pangulo na bibigyan niya ng absolute pardon ng mga pulis na makakapatay ng drug suspects. Ang paborito po niyang ehemplo si Superintendent Marvin Marcos na dawit sa pagpatay kay Albuera Mayor Rolando Espinosa. Meron din pong mga pangako ang Pangulo sa militar at sa usaping pangkapayapaan. Doon naman tayo sa issue ng peace talks. Umarangkada si Pangulong Duterte nung nakarang SONA sa issue ng peace talks, nagdeklara siya kaagad ng unilateral ceasefire. Nakipagkita siya sa mga opisyal ng kaliwa sa Malacanang at nagtalaga rin ng mga miyembro ng gabinete mula po doon sa kaliwa. Pero po sa nakaraang taon, atras abante ang relasyon ng kaliwa at ng Pangulo. Initlamig man pero hindi po may kakailan at ito na ang pinakamalayong narating ng peace talks kasama ang NDF. Bigla rin pong nabuhay ang wanted na si MNLF Chairman Nur Miswari nang dalhin siya ng Pangulo sa Malacanang. Nagsamang MNLF at ang MILF sa pagbabalangkas ng panibagong Bangsamoro Basic Law o ang BBL na isinumiti naman sa Malacanang noon pong nakaraang linggo. Kaya't marami pong umaasa na mas malayo rin ang mararating ng peace talk sa mga Moro sa susunod na buwan. Nabanggit po ng Pangulo ang mga issue sa kalusugan. Ang pangako po ng Pangulo noong nakaraang taon, mas malawakang health insurance para sa mga Pilipino. Sa General Appropriations Act po para sa taong ito, may nakatabi na raw na 3 bilyong piso para makover ang mga Pilipinong hindi pa nakakasama sa PhilHealth. Sa social services naman po, gaya po ng pangako ng Pangulo noong 2016, sinama na ng DSWD ang rice subsidy para sa mga nakakatanggap ng tinatawag na 4Ps. Isa pong mahalaga pero hindi na ilista dito ay ang edukasyon. 25% po ang itinaas ng education budget sa taong ito, isa sa pinakamataas na akyat. Ang pangako ng Pangulo na free tuition para sa mga state colleges malapit na po, pinasana ng Kongreso ang universal access to tertiary education. Hinihintay na lang po ang pagpirma ng Pangulo. Hindi rin po nakalimutan ng Pangulo ang mga OFWs. Nagtatag ang Department of Labor ng one-stop service center para sa mga OFWs at binawasan ng mga rekisitos para sa kanila. Gaya po ng Overseas Employment Certificate pag sila ay magbabakasyon. Tinagal na rin po ang terminal fees para sa mga OFWs na dati nagkakalaga ng mga 200 to 550 pesos. At gumawa rin sila ng isang OFW ID card na magpapadali daw sa lahat ng transaksyon ng mga overseas workers. Siyempre po, naging madalas na issue ang relasyon ng gobyerno at ng media. Nangako ang Pangulo na i-professionalize ang PTV4 at gagawin daw itong mas independent, gaya raw po ng BBC o ng PBS naman doon sa Amerika. Sa matagal na panahon kasi, ang PTV4 ay naging parang propaganda arm lamang ng sino mang nakaupo sa Malacanang. Nagtatag din ng Malacanang Task Force on Media Killings para imbestigahan ang mga threats to media. Pero yun nga lang, ilang beses namang nagbanta ang Pangulo laban sa ilang media agencies noong nakaraang taon. At pinirmahan naman ng Pangulo ang executive order para po sa freedom of information. Lucy.
May tanong ako sa iyo, no? Alam naman natin na isa sa mga, sabihin na natin, nakapagpahina sa imahe ni Pangulong Duterte ay yung talagang mayat-mayang batikos ng mga human rights groups, lalo na dito sa issue ng extrajudicial killings. Meron kaya siyang balak sa pananaw mo na i-address yan dito sa darating na SONA niya and in the second year of his administration?
In all likelihood po, malamang the President will still play on the issue of anti-drugs and anti-crime because yun po yung pinangkampanya ng Pangulo eh. At if you look at the numbers po, kasi medyo nagkakatalo sila dun sa kung ilan ang patay ng PNP, ilan ang patay ng human rights groups. But if you look at the numbers po, as far as the PNP is concerned,
may discrepancy sa figures kasi.
Yung official PNP report, bumaba po yung tinatawag na crime index in the last year and in the last half year of the President, 2016.
Yes.
Bumaba yung crime index. Pero ang
in general,
pero kakaiba dito, bumaba yung crime index, tumaas ang murder rate. So, bagamat in total mas konti ang crimes, mas marami ang murders. I'll give you an example po. In September, sabi ng PNP, ang crime index bumaba ng 11%. Tumaas ang murder rate ng 60%. In December, bumaba ang index ng 49%, tumaas ang murder ng 18%. So, less crime, pero more murders.
So you're saying na for as long as there's a discrepancy in figures, no, dun sa claims ng human rights groups at saka yung official claim ng government, no, mukhang hindi talaga papalag si Pangulong Duterte sa kanyang posisyon, di ba? Mananatili siya doon, he's gonna dig in deeper.
Malamang po. Tsaka if you notice po, the PNP has also been revising the way it defines certain things. For example, last year, nagkaroon tayo ng tinatawag na death under investigation. That is a new term DUI. In the PNP lexicon, yes. DUI. Ito, ibig sabihin nito, lahat ng pinatay na hindi pa alam ang dahilan. So, yung mga riding in tandem, yung mga natagpo ang patay, doon nilalamp sa DUIs. That was last year. Now they've changed it again. So, medyo pa bago-bago rin ang definitions. Kaya medyo magulo yung numbers.
That's right. Well, isa sa mga talagang kitang-kita natin na medyo umiikot na no, sa posisyon si Pangulong Duterte ay yung issue ng peace talks with the NPA and the CPP. No? Lalo na nung isang linggo, nagbanta na siya talaga na naiinis na siya at pag natapos daw ang gera sa Marawi, sila na ngayon ang pupuntirehin niya. So, ano sa tingin mo mangyayari dito sa pangako niyang ito?
Medyo init-lamig po yan. In the same way na when he was mayor in Davao City, medyo init-lamig din ang kanyang relasyon with the local command ng New People's Army. Minsan bumabati ko siya, pero minsan you'd see him going up to the mountains and having pictures taken with them. So, depende po sa nangyayari. Ito po kasi medyo matingkad yung litrato lumabas dun sa Negros Oriental na may mga pulis na namatay sa isang ambush.
Right.
Yang sabi ng Pangulo just last week, pagkatapos na maute, isusunod niya ang New People's Army. At the same time po, medyo hindi tayo sigurado kung gaano ka tatag yung control ng National Democratic Front sa units on the ground, sa New People's Army. Kasi po, ang talagang kasundo ng Pangulo, siyempre, yung grupo ni Joe Masison at ni Luis Halandoni sa NDF. Hindi natin alam yung mga local commands.
So yan ang ating mga aabangan sa darating na taon ng panunungkulan ni Pangulong Duterte. At babalikin ka namin mamaya para sa pagpapatuloy ng talakayan. Magbabalik po ang News 5 special coverage. Ito po ang unang taon, SONA 2017.
Natatakot ako maglakad pag nag-isa ako ngayon, hindi dahil.
Angry tsaka sad. Base sa performance niya, yung nangyari doon sa Marawi, parang hindi na makatao, parang hindi na pinag-isipan.
Sad kasi the first year, maganda naman yung propaganda niya na anti-drugs, kaso nga lang kasi marami nang namamatay.
Kamay na bakal.
Parang ganon. So kasi ano siya, matapang siya. Ano siya talaga sa gusto niyang mangyari na pagbabago.
Ang napili ko ay like Duterte. Maraming changes ako nakita. Unang-una, yung binigay nila na 1,000 para sa senior citizen. Wala na yung karaoke na umaabot hanggang 2 o'clock. Wala na nagiinom sa karsada.
Siyempre, kahit paano, pabago-bagong desisyon, di ba? Kahit paano, maano ka, matatawa ka.
Because I really feel that he is the one who is concerned for the people.
Sa transportation, yung sa Grab, yung na-experience namin ngayon, hirap.
Masaya. Yung sa amin, yung mga drug addict, hindi na drug addict, malinis na, hindi na magulo.
Confused. I don't know what's happening in the economy.
Wow, kasi nagugulat ako sa mga nagiging decision niya minsan.
Para sa akin, baksak siya. Kasi wala naman masyadong siyang ginawa ko tungkol sa ekonomiya eh. Puro drugs, puro pananakot ang ginawa niya. Hindi ganun ang klaseng presidente ang gusto ko.
Even though na nagsasabi siya ng mga iba-ibang words like yung hindi maganda sa mata ng mga millennials or sa pandinig, it's like he's doing action. We need like action na. Tama na yung puro salita na lang.
But, you know, my victims, I would like to be all criminals to finish the problem of my country and save the next generation from perdition.
Naging laman ng kaliwat ka ng headline sa buong mundo si Pangulong Duterte noong September 2016. Yan ay matapos niyang ikumpara ang sarili sa Nazi leader na si Adolf Hitler. Handa raw kasi siyang pumatay ng milyong-milyong drug addict sa bansa. Matapos ang kaliwat ka ng kritisismo, humingi rin ng tawad ang Pangulo.
Remember that I promised the country that if elected, I would do away with graft and corruption. And it will be done, I assure you. I give you my solemn promise.
Isa rin sa mga laging binabanggit ng Pangulo sa kanyang mga talumpati ang kampanya kontra korupsyon. Pakiusap ni Digong, bigyan siya ng sapat na oras para masugpo ang mga problemang ito.
Yan ang ayaw ko sa lahat, yung pretensions, pati yung hypocrisy. I hate hypocrisy. That's why galit ako sa Amerikano. You invade the country, broke its sovereignty because of the issue of drugs. Now you come to make chastise me in public.
Hindi lang isa, hindi lang dalawa, kundi maraming beses na pinasaringan ni Digong si dating US President Barack Obama. Sa pagharap niya kay News 5 Chief Luchi Cruz Valdez noong Desyembre, muling nagpakawala ng maaanghang na birada ang Pangulo sa ex-President ng Amerika. Dahil daw ito sa pakikialam ng gobyerno ni Obama sa anti-drug policies ng Administrasyong Duterte.
Your Honors, in this venue, I announce my separation from the United States. There are 3 of us against the world. China.
Goodbye, America. Hello, China and Russia. Yan ang tema ng pahayag ni Pangulong Duterte nang bumisita siya sa Beijing noong Oktubre. Dito niya formal na inanunsyo ang direksyon ng kanyang independent foreign policy.
Ako mag-warning lang. Mamili ka. Stop contractualization o patayin kita.
Mabigat ang naging patutsyada ni Pangulong Duterte noong Agosto sa mga kumpanyang pinapairal ang tinatawag na 555 o ENDO. Pangako ng Pangulo, tututukan ng administrasyon ang pagtanggal sa contractualization.
Nagbabalik po ang special coverage ng News 5 para sa ikalawang State of the Nation address ni Pangulong Duterte. Kahit sa mismong hometown ng Pangulo ay may nagmarcha bilang protesta sa martial law. Umaksyon live mula sa Davao City si Jem Avancenia. Jem?
Lucy, bahagya ngang naapektuhan kanina ang daloy ng trapiko dito sa downtown area sa Davao City dahil sa isinasagawang People's SONA ng mga rallyista dito sa Rojas Avenue. Alas 10 kaninang umaga nang magsagawa sila ng march rally mula sa Magsaysay Park papunta rito sa Freedom Park. Ipinarada rin nila itong mga kabaong na sumisimbolo umano sa mga biktima ng martial law sa Southern Mindanao at mga pinatay na magsasaka sa ilalim ng Administrasyong Duterte. May mga dala rin silang bulaklak para sa patay. Ayon kay Sheena Duazo, Secretary General ng Karapatan Southern Mindanao, pangunahing panawagan nila ay ang pagbasura ng martial law sa Mindanao. Kasama rin sa kanilang isinusulong ang pagsugpo ng kontraktualisasyon at militarisasyon. Sa ngayon, Lucy, ay nakaabang na ang mga rallyista para nga sa ikalawang State of the Nation address ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte at mamaya rin ay magkakaroon ng public viewing ng SONA dito sa Davao City, partikular na sa Rizal Park. Lucy?
Maraming salamat, Jem Avancenia. Nakausap naman ang aming kasamang si Mayan Los Baños, ang isa sa mga tumulong sa pagbuo ng speech ni Pangulong Duterte, si Attorney Salvador Panelo. Umaksyon live si Mayan Los Baños. Mayan?
Lucy, isa sa mga buena mano at kauna-unahang dumating at dumaan dito sa may North Wing, sa likuran ko lamang itong red carpet, ay si Secretary Panelo. Alam mo, nag-joke pa siya doon sa kanyang suot na coat dahil bulaklakin. Sabi niya, pinatahi pa raw niya sa Divisoria at simbolismo lamang yon dahil daw nag-bloom yung mga bulaklak ay ang mga magagandang pwede pa raw mangyari sa bansa. But kidding aside, sabi niya isa siya sa mga tumulong sa pagbuo ng speech ng Pangulo. At siniguro niyang magiging maganda ito, bagamat ayaw niya magbigay ng highlights dahil baka daw maunahan pa niyang mag-speech ang Pangulo. Pero alam mo, sa mga oras na ito ay puno, kumbaga kanina pa kasing alas 2 ng hapon, nag-umpisa yung pagdating ng mga mambabatas, mga guests dito sa North Wing at ilang nga sa mga nakausap natin, yung mga senador, na sila mismo, Lucy, may mga expectations din. For example, ni Senator Joel Villanueva at si Senator J.V. Ejercito, ayaw na raw masyadong marinig yung tungkol sa kampanya kontra droga. Dahil ayon sa kanila, panahon na para marinig naman yung mga plano para sa kampanya o sa ekonomiya ng bansa. Ito namang si dating DFA Secretary Yasay, bagamat hindi na parte ng gabinete, masaya siyang dumalo dito, imbitado daw siya ng Pangulo at sabi niya ay suportado pa rin naman yung Administrasyong Duterte, bagamat hindi na nga siya kabilang sa first family. Nakausap din natin, Lucy, itong si Senadora Grace po, sa kanya, hindi na rin daw masyado war on drugs yung gusto niyang marinig, kung hindi plano at ilatag mismo yung plano kaugnay ng infrastruktura, yung build na pinamagmamalaki ng Administrasyong Duterte. Sabi niya, habulin lahat ng kalaban ng bansa, hindi lang basta mga terorista. Si Representative Bagilat, Lucy, na isa sa mga bahagi ng malalakas na minorya dito sa Kamara, sabi niya may achievements naman si Pangulong Duterte, kulang nga lang. At isa sa mga gusto niyang marinig ang pag-push sana sa Bangsamoro Basic Law, gayon din na sana wag naman daw tuluyang wakasan ang peace talks sa NPA. At nakausap din natin si Senator Win Gatchalian, para sa kanya naman gusto niyang marinig rebuilding efforts para sa Marawi. Ngayon lamang dumaan sila Congressman Vilma Santos, sila Senator Franklin Drilon, Senator Jesus Codero kasama si Hart Evangelista, Senator Gordon, Senator Legarda. So far, Lucy, situationer lang dito. Medyo nagki-clear na itong red carpet at sinara na rin, Lucy, yung pinto papunta doon sa may plenaryo dahil nga ilang minuto na lamang ay mag-uumpisa ng speech ng Pangulo. So restricted na tayong mga media dito sa may North Wing lobby. Lucy.
Mayan, wala bang naghangad na isulong ang federalism na talagang mulat sa puli? Yan daw ang kampanya ni Pangulong Duterte at wala nangyari sa unang taon in terms of, moving it forward.
Well, mukhang assured na namang mangyayari na sa pagbubukas ngayong sesyon na ito dahil mismong si Senate President Pimentel na yung nagsabi kanina nung nakausap natin siya, priority na siya, Lucy, ng Senado at ng Kamara ang charter change at sinasabi nga magkakaroon sila ng meeting this week by Wednesday para pag-usapan na kung paano ang magiging mode nitong charter change na ito, Lucy.
Well, for something so sweeping, 5 taon na lang ang nalalabing panahon para mapatupad nila yan. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Mayan Los Baños. Babalikan ka namin maya-maya. Mas mahigpit naman ang ipinatutupad na seguridad sa SONA ngayong taon kumpara noong 2016, tulad ng nabanggit ng aming reporter na si JV. Nag-deploy ng mahigit 6,000 pulis ang PNP sa batasang pambansa at maging sa paligid nito ngayong araw. Maagang pinaghandaan ng mga pulis ang mga rallyista na sa tansya nila ay aabot ng hanggang 15,000. Noong nakaraang linggo pa nila natukoy ang pwesto ng mga rallyista. Nakala ng tapat mismo ng Batasang Pambansa at ng Civil Service Commission para sa mga pro-Duterte groups, habang malayo-layo naman ng kaunti ang mga anti-Duterte. Hindi sila pwedeng lumampas ng tapat ng President Corazon Aquino Elementary School at ng Batasan Hills National High School. Nasa 200 metro ang layo niyan mula sa Batasan Complex. At dahil kakainin ng mga nagrarally ang Batasan Road, hindi makakapasok dito ang mga motorista. Pero iba naman ang kaso pagdating sa Commonwealth Avenue, particular sa northbound, kung saan ang side papasok ng Batasan Road. Kung noong nakaraang taon ay zipper lane lang ang inilaan para sa mga motorista panorte, ngayon 4 na lanes na malapit sa Center Island ang mananatiling bukas para sa mga sasakyan. Habang ang natitirang lanes ng Commonwealth Avenue northbound ay nakalaan para sa mga magrarally na hindi makakapasok ng Batasan Road. Magde-deploy din ang emergency personnel at mga ambulansya pero nasa standby mode lamang ang mga ito. 1,300 lang ang seating capacity ng gallery at plenary hall ng Batasan pero magdadagdag ng upuan para sa SONA. Inaasahan kasing hindi bababa sa 3,000 ang dadalo sa SONA ngayong araw. Ang mga hindi makakapasok sa plenary maaaring panoorin ang talumpati ng Pangulo sa mga ikinabit na TV screen sa Batasang Pambansa Building. Sa usapin naman ng SONA Fashion, magiging Marawi-inspired daw ang isusuot na barong Tagalog ni Pangulong Duterte ayon sa designer nito. Recycled green gown naman ang susuotin ng common law wife niyang si Hanilet Abansenya. Malafiesta ang programa ng mga tinaguriang KDDS o Duterte diehard supporters sa tapat ng Batasang Pambansa. Kasama nila rito ang ilan sa mga celebrity na appointee. Mula sa Batasang Pambansa, ma-action live si Mon Gualvez. Mon?
Luchi, stress-free ang tema ng programa ng mga pro-Duterte na nandito sa labas ng Batasang Pambansa. Paniniguro kasi nila mapupuno lamang daw ng saya at iba't ibang production number ang kanilang programa. Unang ang sumabak sa entablado ng mga pro-Duterte ang ilang pulis na habang naka-uniforme ay hindi lang nakijamming kundi nakipagsayawan pa sa mga supporter. Sinabayan din sila ng aktor at Tourism Promotions Board COO na si Cesar Montano. 2 solid Duterte diehard supporters kasi yung present dito sa labas ng Batasang Pambansa. Ang isa ay pinangungunahan ng MRRD NECC o yung Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte National Executive Coordinating Committee, habang yung isa naman ay ang Ford o yung Friends of Rodi Duterte. Dito ay nakipagkulitan naman ng singer at isa pang Duterte appointee na si Jimmy Bondok. Libo-libong residente ng mga barangay Commonwealth, Batasan Hills at Holy Spirit ang ipinledge raw ng mga barangay captain para dumalo sa programa. Kapansin-pansin naman na wala masyadong kabataan ang nasa hanay ng mga pro-Duterte. Iba't ibang Duterte merchandise din gaya ng damit at baller ang pinagkaguluhan matapos ibigay ng libre. Gayon din ang ilang street food na talagang pinilahan matapos ipamahiri ng walang bayad. Nagkalat din ang mga maskarang may muka ni Pangulong Duterte. Ang ilan sa mga pumunta rito, 4:00 pa raw ng madaling araw sa lugar. Lahat sila excited daw sa pangalawang SONA ng Presidente at kung sila raw ang tatanungin, ay satisfied sila sa nakalipas na unang taon ng Pangulo. Luchi, sa ngayon, tansya ng PNP aabot na daw sa 2,500 yung estimate ng mga pro-Duterte supporters na nandito nga sa labas ng Batasang Pambansa, kung saan tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung ginagawang performances at pagkatalumpati ng ilang mga leader ng mga grupo na nandito. Pero oras na magsimula raw yung pinakasona ng Pangulo ay inaasahang makikipagsabayan yung mga pro-Duterte sa gagawing pag-awit ng lupang hinirang at magkakaroon din ng live stream ng pinakatalumpati ng Pangulo kasabay nung kanilang inilatag dito na malaking LED screen. Luchi.
Alright, maraming salamat sa iyo, Mon Gualvez. Samantala, balikan po muna natin ang ilan pa sa mga ipinangako ni Pangulong Duterte sa kanyang unang SONA at kung ano na ang nangyari sa mga ito. Kasama muli si Ed Lingao. Ed?
Maraming salamat, Luchi. Ito po ang iba pang ipinangako ni Pangulong Duterte sa kanyang unang SONA. Isa sa mga pinakamainit na issue ang transportasyon. Binigyang halaga ng Pangulo ang infrastruktura na mag-uugnay sa buong Pilipinas, lalo na sa kalawakan ng Mindanao. Kasama ditong inter-island linkages at ang isang malaking transport system na tatawid sa kabuuan ng Mindanao. Medyo malaking proyekto po ito na nasa proseso pa lamang. Yung traffic naman, sari-saring eksperimento na ang ginawa para masolusyonan ng issue ng traffic, na hanggang ngayon, problemado pa rin. Sa isyu naman po ng ekonomiya, matingkad po ang pangako ng Pangulo na babaan ang mahapding mga income at corporate tax rates na naglalaro sa mga 30%. Tayo kasi ang isa sa may mga pinakamalaking income tax rates sa rehiyon at pinakakomplikado rin. Umanda na po yan, yung panukalang yan sa Kongreso at inintay na lang po matapos ang pinal sa committee report. Liban po dyan, nangako rin ng Pangulo na magpapatuloy ang mga macroeconomic policies ng nakaraang administrasyon. Pero higit po sa lahat, tinulak ng Pangulo ang constitutional amendments para tanggalin ang ilang restrictions sa foreign investments. Yan po'y hindi pa umuusad sa Kongreso at mahaba-haba pa pong usapin. Sa issue po ng kalikasan, kontrobersyal ang naging appointment ng Pangulo. Ang anti-mining advocate na si Gina Lopez ang inappoint ng Pangulo na Environment Secretary. Ilang mining companies po ang umalma at ilang beses ding nagbanggaan si Lopez at si Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez na dati namang nasa mining. Sa huli po, hindi po na-confirm si Gina Lopez at hindi na nagpursige ang Pangulo sa kanyang appointment. Ang pinalit sa anti-mining advocate na si Lopez ay isang dating sundalo, si Roy Simatu. Isa sa mga napuri sa administrasyon ay ang pagpapabilis ng mga aplikasyon. Sa kanyang huling SONA, sinabi ng Pangulo na sa Davao City, 3 araw lamang ang processing ng mga permits at ito ang gusto niya mangyari sa buong bansa. Hindi pa po natin masabi kung tagumpay ito sa buong burokrasya dahil malaki po yan, pero meron pong mga katangi-tanging success ang administrasyon pagdating sa pagpapasimple ng proseso. Ang driver's license, for example, ginawa ng 5 years ang validity. Ang passport, dating 5 years, gagawin pong 10 years. Sa internet naman po, madalas namang nireklamo sa Pilipinas ang internet. Nabuo naman po ang Department of Information and Technology na nagsusulong ng free public access sa internet. At sa nakaraang mga buwan, nag-e-eksperimento na po ng free internet sa kahabaan ng EDSA. Yun lang, hindi pwede mag-Facebook habang nagmamaneho. Hindi naman po nawala sa mga speech ng Pangulo, of course, ang kanyang paborito, ang federalismo. Dati na pong advokasya ng Pangulo ang issue ng federalism sa Pilipinas. Lucy.
Okay, napag-uusapan na naman yung federalism, no? Alam naman natin na matagal na panahon yan bago mabago ang system of government. Pero parang hindi masyadong umusad yan sa first year
Hindi
ni
po
President
talaga.
Duterte.
Kasi Congress has been also quite busy. First of all, you're looking at income tax revisions.
Yes, tax reforms.
Tax reforms. At mabusisi pa, of course, yung GAA, yung General Appropriations Act, mabusisi rin po yan. At ngayon po, yung issue ng martial law. And, you know, alam po natin, pag gusto mag-amend ng Constitution, kailangan mong either mag-Constitutional Assembly ka o CONCON. And that means changing the nature of Congress
Well,
itself.
doon pa nga lang, di ba, maigting na talaga ang debate. No? So,
Madugo po yan.
ang pangako niya kasi ay talagang magiging federalist form of government na tayo by the end of his term. Sa tingin mo, this is still feasible?
It could still be workable so long as the President has, I suppose, a supermajority in Congress.
Which he does.
Which he does. Malaki pong pag-asa niyan dahil if you have the numbers in Congress, anything is possible.
Oo. Alam mo, yung isa pang sinasabing change is coming daw ay yung bang pagbabago sa politika, no? Nagbago nga ba ito? Halimbawa, yung balimbingan, alam naman natin na sa supermajority pa lang hindi naman talaga tunay na mga supporters ni President Duterte, no? So, yung political reforms ba, do you think that these are
the
forthcoming?
President, you might say, is the epitome of non-traditional politics kasi from city mayor to the President, from a party that's so small, tapos now he has the supermajority. So in a way, there's a lot of expectation pagdating doon. Pero po, yung nakita ng marami sa Kongreso, marami pong bumaliktad. Yung PDP laban na partido ng Pangulo,
That's right.
magmula sa iilan lamang, wala pang 10, ngayon,
majority na.
Ayun po, they control 91% of Congress. And even the opposition Liberal Party, it's supposed to be the opposition, is divided. Now you have half of the Liberal Party in Congress with the supermajority. So even the opposition appears to have been decimated. On the other hand po, you have naman significant changes in the way relationships are done in government. Now you have the President who's more antagonistic towards the Supreme Court. You also have a president who's more antagonistic to the ombudsman.
And the legislature, also. Doon sa Ilocos 6.
Nakikisabay.
Oo, so yung branches of government, medyo labo-labo.
So may changes at merong non-changes.
Alright, maraming salamat sa iyo, Ed. Very interesting. At magbabalik po ang News 5 special coverage. Ito po ang unang taon, SONA 2017. Wag po kayong alis.
I will destroy you if you destroy my country.
Isang taon simula ng manungkulan ng Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Ano na nga ba ang estado ng Pilipinas ngayon? Ang report ng Pangulo, panoorin live. Kasama ang hepe ng News 5, Ms. Lucy Cruz Valdez. Ang News 5 coverage na unang taon, SONA 2017. Ngayong Lunes sa TV5 at Aksyon TV.
Natatakot ako maglakad pag nag-isa ako ngayon, hindi dahil.
Angry tsaka sad. Base sa performance niya, yung nangyari doon sa Marawi, parang hindi na makatao, parang hindi na pinag-isipan.
Sad kasi the first year, maganda naman yung propaganda niya na anti-drugs, kaso nga lang kasi marami nang namamatay.
Kamay na bakal. Parang ganon. So kasi matapang siya. Ano siya talaga sa gusto niyang mangyari na pagbabago.
Ang napili ko ay like Duterte. Maraming changes ako nakita. Unang-una, yung binigay nila na 1,000 para sa senior citizen. Wala na yung karaoke na umaabot hanggang 2 o'clock. Wala na nagiinom sa karsada.
Siyempre, kahit paano, mabago-bagong desisyon, di ba? Kahit paano, matatawa ka.
Because I really feel that he is the one who is concerned for the people.
Sa transportation, yung sa Grab, yung na-experience namin ngayon, hirap.
Masaya. Yung sa amin, yung mga drug addict, hindi na drug addict, nalinis na, hindi na magulo.
Confused. I don't know what's happening in the economy.
Wow, kasi nagugulat ako sa mga nagiging decision niya minsan.
Para sa akin, baksak siya. Kasi wala naman masyadong siyang ginawa tungkol sa ekonomiya. Puro drugs, puro pananakot ang ginawa niya. Hindi ganun ang klaseng presidente ang gusto ko.
Even though na nagsasabi siya ng mga iba-ibang words like yung hindi maganda sa mata ng mga millennials or sa pandinig, it's like he's doing action. We need like action na. Tama na yung puro salita na lang.
Magandang gabi. Ang balita ay mga bagay, impormasyon, kwento, storya na dapat malaman ng kung sino man ang binabalitaan. Mga pangyayari sa paligid niya na maaaring makaapekto sa buhay niya mismo. Kaming mga Giorno, bumabalik kami dun sa tradisyonal. Kasi sa amin, nananagot kami sa lahat ng
You can rate me good, very good, excellent, or very poor. And I don't mind. They said, I just do my duty.
Sa kabila ng mga batikos sa unang taon niya sa Malacanang, nananatiling mataas ang satisfaction at trust ratings ni Pangulong Duterte. Pero di raw ito iniintindi ng Chief Executive. Ang mahalagaan niya ay magawa niya ng buong buo ang kanyang trabaho.
Former President Ramos, my number one critic and number one supporter. And that is good.
Hindi pinalalagpas si Pangulong Duterte ang kanyang mga kritiko. Ang madalas sa sagot niya sa kanila, kontrabirada. Pero nag-iiba ang timpla ni Digong pag si dating Pangulong Fidel Ramos na ang tumitira sa kanya. Para kay Duterte, walang problema sa mga puna mula kay FBR.
Do not create a crisis because I will order everybody in the executive department not to honor you. Please. Kung mag-order, di ako gago.
Di nakailag si Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno sa matapang na banta ng Pangulo noong Agosto. Nainis daw kasi si Digong nang kinwestiyon ni Sereno ang pagpangalan niya sa mga hukom o judges na nasangkot sa bentahan ng iligal na droga. Dito na rin nagpahiwatig ang Pangulo tungkol sa pagdedeklara ng batas militar. Pero kalaunan, nagsorry rin si Duterte sa punong mahistrado.
Lima, siya yung Secretary of Justice. Hawak niya yung prisuhan. Siya mismo went into trafficking. Ang ginawa ng niya, nagkokolekta yan sa mga malalaking negosyante. May parang yan lang ang abogado na hindi abogado.
Tila favorite topic ng Pangulo ang dalawang masugid na kritikong sina Senator Laila de Lima at Senador Antonio Trillanes. Umabot pa nga sa puntong dinawit ni Digong ang dalawa sa sinasabing coup plot laban sa kanya. Sino ba naman ang mag-aakalang matapos ang shake hands na ito, babaliktad at liliit ang mundo ni Senador De Lima? Kaya si Trillanes dapat daw mag-ingat dahil baka sumunod na siya sa paghihimas ng rehas.
Huwag kayong maniwala na kumatos ako. Si Tatat man siguro ang nagsabi. Yung si Tatat ang dapat kailangan magbarek. Kasi hanggang ngayon yung tuli niya, in-infect, hindi pa gumaling hanggang ngayon.
Nasa kama pero hindi na koma. Yan ang pabirong sagot ni Pangulong Duterte sa mga kumakalat na balitang may iniindasang sakit. Lalo itong naging laman ng mga usap-usapan matapos hindi magpakita ang Pangulo sa publiko sa loob ng 6 na araw noong Hunyo. Pero kwentong barbero lang daw na may sakit siya.
Nagbabalik po ang special coverage ng News 5 para sa ikalawang State of the Nation address ni Pangulong Duterte. Anumang oras ngayon ay magsisimula na ang kanyang talumpati dahil ang balita po namin ay naroon na po siya sa batasang pambansa. Samantala, historic at generally peaceful, ganito isinalarawan ng PNP at maging ng mga militanteng grupo ang mga rally sa unang SONA noong nakaraang taon. Sa unang pagkakataon kasi pinayagan noon ng Pangulo na ang mga left-leaning groups na mag-rally malapit sa batasang pambansa. Sa halip ng mga effigy, nagdala ng tinatawag na Portraits of Peace, ang daan-daang demonstrador na kasapi ng militanteng grupong bayan. Pagpapakita raw ito ng suporta nila sa mga programa ni Pangulong Duterte. Wala rin noong naitalang mga marahas na dispersal at nakipagkamay pa si PNP Chief De La Rosa sa mga rallyista. Mga kapatid, sa puntong ito ay nasa batasang pambansa na si Pangulong Duterte. Ito na po ang kanyang chopper. Ang napapanood nyo po ngayon ay live mula sa batasang pambansa. Inasahan kanina na 3:30 ang pagdating po ng presidential chopper sa batasang pambansa pero naantala po tayo as you can see na mga kalahating oras. Ganun pa man, nariyan na siya sa batasang pambansa at sasalubungin po muna siya syempre ng liderato ng Kongreso at ng Senado at magkakaroon muna sila ng informal discussions bago siya tumungo sa plenary at po ang alam po nating tradisyon ng mga Pangulo sa kanilang mga State of the Nation address. At nakikita po natin ngayon, mukhang sinasalubong na siya ng security personnel. At anumang oras ngayon sandali ngayon ay lalabas na ang Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte mula sa kanyang chopper para tumungo sa batasang pambansa. Magaganap po ang kanyang talumpati sa loob ng plenary kung saan inaasahang mahigit 3,000 ang dadalo. Sasalubungin po siya ng Sergeant at Arms ng Kongreso at Senado bago po siya dumiretso sa tinatawag na holding area. Ayon po kay PCO Secretary Andanar, 15 pahina po ang naging pinal na script ng talumpati ng Pangulo at tinatayang tatagal po ito ng humigit kumulang 50 minutes. Yan ay kung hindi po siya mag-extemporaneous. 1.5 oras po, kasama na po ang mga palakpakan, syempre, na ating inaasahan. At kapag magkakaroon po ng ad-lib si Pangulong Duterte, na alam naman po natin ay may kahiligan po ang ating Pangulo dyan. Marami pong nag-aabang nitong ikalawang SONA ng Pangulong Duterte, lalo na sa panahong ito, kung saan over the weekend ay nasaksihan po natin ang historic joint session ng Kongreso at ng Senado para po pagbotohan nga ang hinihiling niyang martial law extension ng 5 buwan hanggang po yan sa katapusan ng taon. Historic din po ang naging panguluhan ni Pangulong Duterte dahil po pagkatapos po ng kanyang unang taon ang mga ratings po niya ay historic highs. Kaya marami rin po talaga ang nag-aabang kung ano po ang mangyayari sa ikalawang taon ng kanyang panunungkulan. Umaasa rin po tayo na pagkatapos po ng kanyang State of the Nation address ay magbibigay rin po siya ng isang press conference. Sinalubong na po siya ng pamunuan ng Senado at ng Kongreso, si House Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez at si Senate President Coco Pimentel. At ito po ang tinatawag na holding area kung saan po siyempre magkakaroon po sila ng informal discussion. Makikita rin po natin si Deputy Speaker Rodolfo Fariñas, pati na po si Majority Floor Leader Tito Soto. Sinalubong din niya ang dating House Speaker na si Feliciano Belmonte. At dito na po ang sinasabi po nating informal discussions. Hindi po ito karaniwang pinaparinig sa publiko, bagamat masasaksihan lang po natin ang kanilang pagtitipon-tipon sa mga sandaling ito. Ito po ay magtatagal ng humigit kumulang 15 hanggang 20 minutos kung susundin po ang tradisyon. Sa puntong ito po, balikan po natin ng aming reporter na si Maricel Halili na nakabantay po sa Batasang Pambansa. Maricel.
Yes, Lucy, medyo na-late nga ng bahagya ang Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte dahil base doon sa original na schedule, dapat mga 3:30 siya darating dito. Pero dumating siya mga bandang, ayun nakita natin kanina, mga 8 minutes before 4 p.m. Sa kasalukuyan, naroroon siya sa loob ng Legislators Lounge para diyan muna makipag-usap at i-brief kasama yung ilang mga opisyal ng Kamara.
gilid lang doon yung isang page. Ano mo sabi? May sumingit daw eh. Hindi ko alam eh, isa lang daw eh. Doon, puntahan niyo si Banal. Puntahan niyo doon. Hindi namin alam, siniport lang. Ito na. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte of the Republic of the Philippines.
Pilipinas, tayo na magbago. Hawak kamay tayo para sa pagkasenso. Ikaw at ako, tayong lahat kay Rodrigo.
Why am I here? I am here because I love my country and I love the people of the Philippines.
Ikaw at ako, tayong lahat kay Rodrigo. Duterte, para sa tunay na pagbabago.
On the part of the Senate, the joint session is called to order. On the part of the House of Representatives, the joint session is called to order. Please rise for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem to be led by Ms. Mona Lisa Mangilin.
Bayang magiliw, pelas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manduluping, di ka pasisiil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw. May dilag ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng luwalhati at pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Please remain standing for the nation's prayer.
Sa ngalan ng Ama, ng Anak, ng Espiritu Santo. Amen. Dakilang Panginoon aming Ama, kayo ay aming pinapupurihan at pinasasalamatan sa inyong naging patnubay at mga pagpapala. Dalangin po namin ang inyong gabay at karunungan sa harap ng mga ibayong pagsubok na aming hinaharap, upang magkaroon ng bagong lakas na nagmumula sa katiyakan ng iyong naisin.
Ya Allah, Ya Malik al-Mulk, itinataas namin sa inyo ang pamunuan ng aming pamahalaan, ang aming mga mambabatas, mga miyembro ng hudikatura at mga kumakatawan sa aming serbisyo sibil. Pag-isahin ninyo ang kanilang kaisipan at damdamin sa pagsulong ng interes ng aming pamayanan tungo sa higit na kaunlaran ng aming bayan.
Basbasan po ninyo ang aming hukbong sandatahan at ang hanay ng aming mga kapulisan. Inyong katarungan kanilang maging pamantayan. Ang inyong pagmamahal kanilang dagdag na sandata. Patuloy nilang mapangalagaan ang kaisahan ng aming bansa. Lubusang mapagtagumpayan ang krimen at mga salot sa lipunan.
Ya Allah, Ya Azza wa Jal, mamayani sa aming mga kababayan sa lungsod ng Marawi at Mindanao ang diwa ng inyong malasakit at pagkakaisa. At sa puso ng bawat Pilipino, ang kamalayang kami ay isang lipi. Nagbibigay halaga sa aming mga karapatan, higit lalo sa aming tungkulin at responsibilidad, nakalingain ng isa't isa bilang isang sambayanang Pilipino.
Mapagmahal naming Ama, turuan ninyo kaming mapangalagaan ang aming kapaligiran. Ilayo kami sa anumang sakuna, likas man o likha ng tao. Matuto kaming tumalima sa inyong kalooban, nang ang inyong itinakdang kaligtasan at kaluwalhatian ay mapasa aming lahat. Siya nawa.
Ladies and gentlemen, honorable members of the Congress of the Philippines, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, President of the Republic of the Philippines.
Kindly sit down. Thank you for your courtesy. When I was a member of Congress, my seat was over there, near the seat of the lady with the violent, not violent, but rather violet dress. Is seated. But I was always absent, together with the Speaker and Tony Boy Florendo, who is still absent until today. And that started, nandiyan ba? Sorry. But his propensity started almost 17 years ago when we were members of the 11th Congress. Senate President Aquilino Pimentel III and the members of the Senate, Pantaleon Alvarez, the Speaker and the members of the House of Representatives, Vice President Maria Leonor Robredo, former President Fidel Ramos, Joseph Estrada, and former President Gloria Arroyo. Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno of the Supreme Court, and the members, of course, Archbishop Pinto, and the distinguished guests of the Diplomatic Corps, Secretary Salvador Medaldia, and the members of the Cabinet, my fellow workers in government, my countrymen. When I took my oath of office a year or so ago, I knew that our country was reeling from a multitude of problems. That day there was euphoria in the air resulting from a successful campaign, and the thought that dominated my being was to make good on my promise to the people to bring change about. Change in government, not a change that is passing, but a change that can survive the test of time. Although I still had to know the magnitude and gravity of the problems, my feeling then was that equipped with the political will embraced by a concerned citizenry, those problems would eventually be bested by us. It was only a matter of determination and collective action. It was only a question of time. For as I saw it then, as I see it now, there is no problem in the world which can stop the march of a people with unflinching and tenacious determination. That was how euphoric it has been. Early on, I felt that if change was to be meaningful, it had to start with those occupying the highest position in government, because change that comes from below is more transitory than permanent. I was aiming for peace on permanence. Let us change. Let change trickle down from the bottom. It has to be changed for protection of local and foreign investments are in place. That is why I have resolved that no matter how long it takes, the fight against illegal drugs will continue, because that is the root cause of so much evil and so much suffering that weakens the social fabric and deters foreign investments from pouring in. The fight will be unremitting as it will be unrelenting. Despite international and local pressures, the fight will not stop until those who deal in it understand that they have to cease, they have to stop, because the alternative are either jail or hell. And I will make sure, very sure, that they will not have the luxury of enjoying the benefits of their greed and madness. I do not intend to loosen the leash in the campaign or lose the fight against illegal drugs. Neither do I intend to preside over the destruction of the Filipino youth by being timid and tentative in my decisions and actions. To the critics against the fight, your efforts will be better spent if you use the influence, moral authority, and ascendancy of your organizations over your respective sectors to educate the people on the evil of illegal drugs, instead of condemning the authorities unjustly, blaming for every killing that bloodies this country. But don't get me wrong, I value human life the way I value mine. Each life that is snuffed out translates into future generations' loss. It is like cracking the acorn from which an oak tree grows, which in turn produce the seeds to complete the complete cycle of perpetuity. There is a jungle out there. There are beasts and vultures preying on the helpless, the innocent, the unsuspecting. I will not allow the ruin of the youth, the disintegration of families, and the retrogression of communities forced by criminals whose greed for money is as insatiable as it is devoid of moral purpose. Neither will I be mobilized into inaction by the fear that I will commit an act that will expose me to public condemnation or legal prosecution. You harm the children in whose hands the future of this republic is entrusted, and I will hound you to the very gates of hell. That is why I ask you to join me in this fight against illegal drugs and all forms of criminality. The government equipped with legal authority and you, the moral ascendancy over the sector you represent, can do so much and hopefully eradicate the social scourge that plagues us to no end. Look beyond your biases, your prejudices, your ambition, your political agenda. The search for change will begin and end only when we look into ourselves and find it within. Today, a multitude of problems confronts us. No sooner is one problem solved, another surges forth in its place. But we will not be disheartened. We will not be cowed. We will not be overwhelmed. It is during trying times and troubled events that the resilience, perseverance, and determination of the people are tested. The Filipino is no stranger or new fight to situations like the one we face today. We can and we will overcome, as we did countless of times in the past, only if together towards a common goal. Sad to say, Despite all efforts, peace, especially in the island of Mindanao, continues to elude us. But of course, it is not the peace of the dead, but the peace of the living that we seek. If peace flits away like a butterfly, we just try to snatch it by the wings. And our pursuit of peace continues. The Red Insurgency has been with us for decades, the Muslim issue for centuries. So much time has lapsed, so many lives have been lost, and so much destruction has been wrought. But peace eludes us still. Sometimes, I am almost tempted to conclude that peace might not be able to come during our lifetime. But believe me, it will not be for want of trying. And I will persist in our goal of attaining peace to the last day of this administration and maybe even beyond, although in a different capacity. There is rebellion in Mindanao. The extremists have declared it their purpose to establish a caliphate within Philippine territory along the teachings and beliefs of an Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, or otherwise known as ISIS. The Battle of Marawi has dealt a terrible blow to our quest for peace, especially now that an alien ideology and a radical shift in purpose have been injected into the local setting. I declared martial law in Mindanao because I believe that that was the fastest way to quell the rebellion at the least cost of lives and properties. At the same time, the government would be adequately equipped with the constitutional tool not only to prevent the escape of rebels who can easily mingle and pretend to be civilian evacuees only to regroup in another place to fight another day, but also to prevent them from spreading the gospel of hate and violence in the rest of Mindanao. Martial law and the suspension of the writ of habeas corpus enable the military to arrest, detain, and question suspected members and sympathizers of rebellion, similar to what happened to the parents of the Maote brothers. As President, I am reiterating my unwavering support and commitment to the soldiers of our armed forces and members of the police force. Those who are on the ground and in the battlefields, and those who are risking their lives for our country and our democracy. I have your backs. To those who oppose and think that all these are efforts that are out of order, I hold myself, me and me alone, should be responsible. The people of Marawi need help, caught in the crossfire between government troops and Muslim extremists. They have been through hell, and we need to help them rise and move forward. If we cannot provide for the poor and the needy, who are many, then we will not be able to keep from harm the rich, who are few. And the vanguard of our struggle for peace and order are our armed forces and police. They are the silent heroes who risk their lives every day for our country's security. And in recognition of their valor, we have crafted a program to provide them comprehensive social assistance including financial, should meet harm in the performance of their duty. For the family left behind by those who fell or are rendered totally disabled in the line of duty, we shall provide shelter, health, care assistance, education, and employment. That is my way of telling our troops, never fear, do your duty, I stand behind you, so does this government and all its agencies. To decisively address insurgency and terrorism, we are working doubly hard towards a stronger and more credible national defense system for the country. We continue to strengthen the defense capability of the AFP as a deterrence against terrorist, lawless elements, and other threats. My fellow citizens, what I have said so far about events in Marawi and its neighboring environs is only a part of the looming problem which will cut across all classes and all sectors of society and eventually affect the entire country from north to south, from east to west. Given the fact that Mindanao supplies a great deal part of our country's requirements, food requirements, I refer to climate change, which could bring drought, long dry spells, affecting food production in Mindanao. Given the fact that Mindanao is unusually warming, I ask all agencies involved in food production to look into this and act accordingly. Also, I am appealing to all our legislators to immediately pass the National Land Use Act, or NALUA, to ensure the rational and sustainable use of our land and our physical resources, given the competing needs of food, security, housing, business, and environmental conservation. Ours is a rich country, world that this country is almost endowed with a gift from God to be utilized for the welfare and the common good. I do not believe that this gift was given to us to be merely viewed or appreciated, but to be extracted from the earth and utilized to make life worth living. That is why I say that it is not enough that we mine this wealth. What is more important is that we convert the raw material thereof into finished products for international and local purposes. That way, it will not only be the few who are the rich, but also the poor who are many who will benefit therefrom. Therefore, I call on our industries, investors, commercial barons, to put up factories and manufacturing establishments right here in the Philippines to process our raw materials into finished products. At this point in my administration, if possible, we shall put to a stop the extraction and exportation of our mineral resources to foreign nations for processing abroad and importing them back to the Philippines in a form of consumer goods at prices twice or thrice the value of the original raw materials which foreign corporations pay for them. However, in the extraction and utilization of these resources, extreme care must be exercised, that we do not recklessly and needlessly harm the environment. Responsible and regulated and sustainable development is what we advocate and require. the protection of the environment must be made a priority ahead of mining and all other activities that adversely affect one way or the other, and this policy is non-negotiable. I sternly am warning all mining operations and contractors to refrain from the unbridled and irresponsible destruction of our watersheds, forests, and aquatic resources. You have gained much from mining. You only get about 70 billion a year. But you have considerably neglected your responsibility to protect and preserve. And even the tax is about 5%. Environment for posterity. I am holding all mining companies and its officials responsible for the full and quick cleanup, restoration, rehabilitation, all areas damaged by mining activities, and the extension of all necessary support to the communities that have suffered mining disastrous effects of their health, livelihood, environment, among others. Ganito yan eh. Medyo alis muna ako dyan sa sakit ang mata ko dyan sa yawa niya. Alam mo, you have a mining. I have to grant you a mining because you have complied with all the requirements of the law. And I cannot I'd be subject to imandamos if everything is perfect, and you have every right to mine. But in doing so, you destroy the rivers. You destroy the streams from which the poor people fish, halwan or mudfish, and that is protein for the day for them. Ngayon, makita mo naman, not only Gina Lopez gave you a clear picture of what was happening horrendously. Nakita mo kay Ted Fallion. Yung kay Ted Fallion, talagang nanood ako. 2 beses. And I realized that I have to do something about it as a Filipino. Alam mo, okay na yung mining. Subsidiary ka lang ng isang another giant corporation. Or you are a sister company of a telecommunication. Hindi kayo magugutom. But look at the picture shown to you. For once, they behave correctly, ang ABS-CBN. Tignan mo yung pelikula ni Ted Filon. I salute him for coming with it. You see the palayan, ang palayan tumuyo at ang soil nag-crack. So the farmers cannot eat anymore. They are reduced to the garbage of what you can get there, salvage and sell it to the scrap. Ganun ang nangyari sa Pilipinos. Hindi ko kayo kalaban. As a matter of fact, you give government almost 70 billion. Pero actually, maliit lang yan. Ngayon, nakikita ninyo itong mga palayan na tumutuyo. And the rivers, wala ng isda. The only source of protein. Hindi ka naman pwedeng maghunting. May makita kang eagle dyan, barilin mo, priso ka, pakainin mo yung... So, saan mo try to go out. Sumama tayo, kayo sa akin. And try to see how hard it is for them to survive. Ito ang gusto mo, ganito ang pangyari. Total, sobra-sobra naman yung pera ninyong address. Totoo lang. Mayor ako, I can look at your corporate earnings, your sister company, I can pierce the corporate identity, kayo rin pala. Aniwid niya sa mga newspaper. When you are not supposed to, pag in newspaper ka, you are supposed to be 100% Filipino. And yet, when you start to pierce their identity, it is pala wholly owned by Americans. Gano'n nangyari yan. Just a matter of piercing the... So, wala masyado ako. ABS, Rappler, kayo ba yan? Have you tried to pierce your identity and it would lead you to America? Do you know that? And yet the Constitution requires you to be 100% media Filipino. Rappler tried to pierce the identity and you will end up American ownerships. Kaya kung mga mayaman na kayo, may mining company, ito ang deal ko sa inyo. Either I will raise the taxes. Ang kumikita niyan, i-reserve ko to compensate for those who are suffering and in agony. You have to come up with an argument. You have to come up with a substitute, either spent to restore the virginity of their source, or I will tax you to death. Kasi yung taxes makuha ko, talagang ibubuhos ko. Ngayon, if you can make an arrangements, an inventory of yung nasira, yung mga tao na gutom, pati yung river nila, wala nang makuha because it's, guys, may mga taga-Davao, we are new to it. We are not new to it. You want to see horror in your lifetime? Akong bahala. NPA, wag muna kayong pag-gara-gara dyan, away-away kayo, magpunta kami. Samahin ko sila. You stop your... Puro hambog lang kayo dyan. Punta tayo doon sa Diwalwal. Doon sa ball mills, and I will show you the river. Up there at the source, it's so pristine. But doon sa, right at the start of the boundary where the millings are started, the water there is not clear. It is not brown. It is black. Your 1 peso will win 1 million from me if I am lying. O gusto mo, isamo ko kayo bukas doon. Ngayon, pag tinarget na yung mga gagong NPA na yan, problema natin na lahat. Sabay-sabay na lang tayo. Bakante ang presidency, bakante ang senado, pati ang congressman. Pero totoo yan. You should visit them. Even the first spade full of earth that you extract and throw it away of no use, tabi mo lang yan dyan. Because it's an open pit. You dig and dig and dig. Is already the first spader is de-decreation of Mother Earth. Ano ang isa pang galit sa mining? Si Speaker. He comes from a mining town but he hates mining. Ako naman, kasi mga kaibigan ko yung iba, yung mga classmate ko, mga vice president ng mining, punta sila dito, but I use this, it reduces into something, the damage that you have caused. It's not about our friendship. It's not about years of being in the same room. It's not being fraternity brothers. But it is something that gano'n yan eh. Alam mo yung martial law, I'm not so much endeavor. Sabihin ninyo na hindi nyo ibigay, okay lang. Wala akong problema dyan. Baski sabihin nyo na tama na, then I will still fight. The way I will fight the war. If it is not acceptable to the normal of civilian conduct, then I am sorry. Because I am not fighting a civilian war. I am stopping violence and rebellion. Hindi talaga ako. Ibigay man ninyo, hindi bali sa akin, wala. Because ako, I do not intend to go beyond my term. As a matter of fact, mas gusto ko barilin ako doon sa likod. Dito. Hindi masyado ako itong bilib itong trabaho ito. Akala ko, bilib ako. Pagdating ko, alitse. Sakit ng ulo. Totoo. Na kayong kuha, nakikinig kayo. Wala akong pinirmahan ni isa. Putang ina nga. Na pagparap, pagkain. Hindi pagkain kung kayo sa opisina. Bayaran ninyo yan. Maglabas ako. I do not collect anything. I do not remember. I do not sign anything there until now. Wala akong allowance, wala akong tinatanggap lahat except my salary. Tapos 2 pamilya pa ang maghati. Ano mo sama niyan? Sige pa yung pagpagpag dyan. Lahat naman tayo. I can count by not even the 2 hands. 1 hand lang na exempted sa rule na yan. 2, 3, 4, 5. Talukuhin ninyo ako. Ba tayo pa ba maglukuhan? Just because this is Congress, it has to be a secret. Wala kayo itong mga to. Pareho kami lahat yan. Ayaw pa tumawa. Kunwari. So, I will increase the taxes. Then I will think of something that will compensate or make up for the damage, or at least the income restored. Yeah, otherwise, I'll have to stop mining. I will ask you to stop it. It's not good. We are a small group of islands. Hindi naman marami. The coastal, marami yan kasi maraming ikot-ikot. But if you put in a contiguous territory, maliit lang tayo. And yet, you must remember that there are so many billions of the future generations waiting in the stratosphere. Ang gusto ninyo para hindi na kayo magdamay, huminto na kayo ng ano. Then let us go to, because this is not end here. How about the billions and billions and billions of Filipinos that will come after us? Kawawa naman. They'll have to scratch Mother Earth to eat. By this time, kung walang upheaval, no regeneration will occur. We are almost like talagang ginagano natin maliit na lang ang makuha nila. Ba't maawa naman kayo? Makikita mo yung apo mo kung ganun mo na lang yung embrace mo yung apo mo sa pangalawang asawa. Yung isang ganun red. Di ba? Di ba, sir? Suntukin kita dyan ngayon, liar ka. Finally, let me make this appeal to those directly engaged in mining. Declare your correct income, pay your correct taxes. Believe me, your failure to do so will be your undoing and eventual ruin. Hindi na ako makatakbo, matanda na ako. I don't think I'll even survive the 5 years. Pero pagka sinabi ko, upakan talaga kita. To our employees and officials, the LGUs tasked with monitoring these mining operations within their territorial jurisdictions, do your job without fear or favor. Absolutely responsible you for any misdeed or failure in the mining entities that do not comply or comply with the guidelines, rules, and regulations governing mining operations and activities within your area of responsibility. I mean it. Do not try to test my resolve. Absolutely, I have nothing to lose except my life. While we can control the acts of man, no one can control to stop on the fury and the rampage of weather gone wild. When nature fights back, it does so with a vengeance. We have seen that the terrible toll that the super typhoon Yolanda and the succeeding typhoons exacted in terms of human life and property. And we still have to recover from the beating that we got both during and in the aftermath of those mega typhoons. Aside from droughts, tempests, and other problems, taking ship, which according to the OST Philbox, it is no longer just a distant possibility, but a probability earthquakes. The series of damaging quakes in Leyte, Surigao, and nearby provinces and islands attest to this. We were told that it is no longer a question of if, but a matter of when. Thus, we need to act decisively and fast because the threat is huge, real, and imminent. Come to think of it, really. Is there, they say that there is no perfect instrument or human acumen can really predict earthquakes. I hope it will not come. Kasi kung magdating, sabi dito yung big one, I hope it could be just in the mountains and in the rural areas. Because if it's right, sabihin nila, tinatakot nila ang, kasi dito in this speech, I reviewed it last night. I am calling both houses of Congress to expeditiously draft a law establishing a new authority or department that is responsive to the prevailing 21st century conditions and empower to best deliver the enhanced disaster resiliency and quick disaster response. While the law is crafted with extreme urgency, we need to undertake immediate action to ensure disaster resiliency and effective response in the greater Manila area, which is our country's seat of governance, center of business, commerce, and academe. Disaster resiliency of Metro Manila and the surrounding provinces is a matter of urgent concern. Yan, nandito, yan, tinatakot nila dito because of the high-rise buildings and ilang tao nakatira dyan. Kung paya ka ito sa isang sinkhole, I mean, if it cracks and it goes down, can we still manage to go up? God, wag ngayon ha, kaya nandito ako. Hintayin mo lang sila dito nag-aaway. I am directing the Cabinet Cluster on Climate Change and Adaptation and Disaster Risk Management to immediately work hand in hand with the concerned LGUs, the private sector, and the affected communities themselves in undertaking disaster measures, antidotes. We will need to act and fast. With the foregoing said, what then is the state of the nation today? I will mince no words, and neither will I window dress the situation. We are in. Let me answer into brief sentences. We are in for trouble because we live in troubled and uncertain times. And I feel that things might get worse before they become better. But like I said, I hope we will cope. We hope and pray. The West Philippine Sea issue and federalism are matters that we have to tackle sooner or later. On the other hand, despite the recent gains in improving the peace and order situation in the country, there is still so much to be desired, and if we are to completely eradicate the menace of illegal drugs, criminality, and corruption, we must do it. I therefore ask Congress to act on all pending legislations to reimpose death penalty on the heinous crimes, especially in the trafficking of illegal drugs. There is a There is a short clip of CNN about people in Massachusetts. Was it there? Yung clip nila nga pinakita. Tinignan, pakitingin na, it's repeated for almost every week ata yung mga short clip. Tingnan mo yung mga tao doon na hinayaan nilang They are there, they live under the bridge. They're getting thin, they're doing nothing. Pag gano'n lang sila, tapos pupos na and they are aplenty there. They do not work, wala. Tapos sabi ng UN, is he here? Are you there, yung UN representative? Na sinabi mo na sabok will not affect the brain. Are you here? Raise your right hand if you're here. Do not worry. I will just do not the word delude us into yung mga ano ninyo na but we know every day that one family rape, dalawa, all are dead. Then you trivialize it with human rights and due process. Okay ako niyan. When you go into an anger, you burst with rage, okay yan. But with so many killings as brutal and as cruel as what happened, if you add human rights and due process, you stink and your mouth smells. If you want to criticize, condemn the act, stop there. But do not give the excuse or do not make it trivial by saying human rights at least must be protected. Yan ang pinakabugok magawa ng isang tao. When you criticize, stick on one topic. Then you find an event where you can talk about human rights and due process. But do not talk about it at the same time when there is a carnage and you begin to blabber, talk about human rights. Lalong nagagalit ang tao. May namatay dyan, alak mo sino man. What have you done in the name of human rights? 77, you have the records. You can summon the police. 77 before I became president. All drug-related, 77,000. And you trivialize that with a conference. At saka pumunta dito, ang tatanungin yung nasa prisuhan. Na pinriso dahil just imagine, I challenge you. You want a debate in public? Okay, we'll have it. I will challenge you how also you trivialize the thing by binibigyan yung importansya si Dilima. You all hear, you conducted the investigation. You heard the witnesses. You saw the videos. Is she a credible woman? Can she be a moral person? Hirap. Puro kayo drama dyan sa... When you talk about that incident, talk about it, then condemn the police. But do not connect it with due process and human rights. Magbuka kang gago sa harap ng Pilipino. You know why I got this rating, I could not be brighter than you. And my work is not more important, or your vocation is not less than mine. But when you talk in public, carry the proper message. Kaya mag-itito kayo, binibombahan kasi ako ninyo ng ganon. Sabihin na ng mga tao, tama yan. Tama yan si Duterte. Kasi nangyayari. Kayo parang fruit sampa, ganon-ganon. Pag na may namatay dyan na marami massacre, na rape mga bata, hindi kayo umiimik. Maya-maya pagdating ng mga nitong mga Western expert ko, no, you give them so much premium and importance. Saan ba ang utak ninyo? Bakit kayo believe dyan sa puti? Tingnan mo ang puti. Panahon ni Obama. Una yung spokesman ng State Department. Kala mo sino? Kala na mas bright pa sila sa akin. Then the staff of the President, then Obama. Would like to remind Secretary that the policy of the CNN. Yari ako. Pagdating ni Trump, oh yes, Mr. President, I've been expecting your call. You're doing it all right. I'm doing the debt and this goddamn uwi na ako. So, that's the value of the country that you value. Ambivalent. Parang electric fan. Okay dito, o hindi na okay. It's vacillating. Tapos kayong mga Indians, believe kayo. Hindi ko talaga maintindihan Pilipino. It takes for an American to say that I'm a son of a bitch. And it takes an American to say, oh, you're great, you're a hero in your country. O saan ako pumunta nito ngayon? It is time for us to fulfill our mandate to protect our people from these crimes that have victimized. You know, wag ninyo akong takot-takotin yung preso yung International Court of Justice. Shit, I'm willing to go to prison for the rest of my life. Ang importante sa akin, ginawa ko yung gusto ko. Alam mo kasi, in this country, it is a rule of majority. I did it for the 50 plus 1. Because in a vote of 100, I get 51. 50 plus 1. 50 is 1 up. 1, that is majority of 1. I win. Yung 49, yun yung mga, I do not have to make them happy. But when the time comes, kung malasin ako, pupunta ako sa prison, do not worry about me. I can take it. Nung maliit pa ako, labas rin pasok ako sa... Wala pa yung ni Pangilinan, labas-pasok na ako sa prisuhan. Kunin yung record ninyo sa police doon sa Davao. Takutin. He will be prosecuted. Hoy, abogado ako. Well, because I will... Sabi ko nga, everybody is entitled to come here and question me. But I have to question you also. At para magaling, let us make it official. We go to court. We tell the judge that we are hearing by a international body. Can we have it judicially recorded? And now we place them under oath. Mahuli kung matalaga yan sila. Okay. may pinatay ako, tama yan. When I was mayor, a little over, for 23 years ako mayor ng Davao. Makita mo ang Davao ngayon. We have been LGUs before. What city is now hitting 9 growth %? Eh, nandoon pa kami sa Mindanao, binubumba pa kami sa Davao. Davao is 9 growth. Oh, tapos sabihin nyo, ngayon, paano i-9 mo, palabas mo itong 9 ng you're about to hit 6 or sabi nila. Pero pakayaan mo lang ako, mag-abot ito ng 21. The highest in the world. Kayo lang tigapigil eh. It is time for us to fulfill our money to protect. Tapos na yan. Kindly, for so long we have to act decisively on this contentious issue. Capital punishment is not only about deterrence, it is also about retribution. Make no mistake about that. Iba kasi ako eh. Let us understand each other, including the international community. Our criminal system uses the revised penal code. That is a law that was given to us by the Spaniards. The original revised penal code, though it was translated into English. And those in those about 3 books, that are the definition of crimes and the penalties and everything. And the thrust of that revised penal code, ladies and gentlemen, is the essence of retribution. That is why you have penalty. There is also the word positivist theory, that you can nurture a criminal into goodness, provided he goes to prison for 2 years, 3 years. He's released, he's a sex offender. When he goes out, he rapes again, kidnaps another girl, and makes her a hostage for so many years. Ganon kayo eh. Admit it, ganon kayo. You are so too lenient about this son of a bitch, a human being that has a virulent brain, and his enemy is society. And many a times, there were sex offenders in America released, only to rape and kidnap again and kill in just a few months after release. In the Philippines, it is really an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. You took a life, then you must pay it with life. That is the only way to even. You cannot place a premium on the human mind that he will go straight. Nobody can. Not even your best scientist. No one has ever fathomed how a person would react, especially in committing crimes. That's the only way to do it, to instill fear, that if you do it, you will die. That's the advantage of criminals and rebels and terrorists, because they think that you are afraid to die. That's why when I went to Marawi, I was asked by the media, why are you here? I am here because my soldiers are here, and I came here to die also. Because in a battle, in a fierce encounter, you have to be of equal equanimity. Gusto siyang mamatay, gusto ko rin mamatay. Ano sa atin? They say that they use the name of God. In the Christians, we have the same thing. I read the Ecclesiastes 3. What does it say? Even during elections. There is a time to be great and a time for defeat. A time to be in the skies emblazoned there, and a time to be no somebody. A time to have money, a time to be hard up. A time to just walk so many kilometers to school, and a time for graduation and being a lawyer. A time to be, I don't know what I am now, but there's always a time. Ganon yan eh. So I will match you. Pag sinabi mo, gusto kong mamatay, anak ka ng dalawa tayo. That's why this bully, I had dinner with them sa bayan. Na itong NDF because I used to be friends really with the NDF. I was crossing the by ideological borders before. Ako yung nakakapasok sa teritoryo. We were friends really. But times have changed because God placed me here. And I take of a republic, take care of a republic. Ganon. Sabi na doon, bully daw ako. Tarantado pa lang kayo. Talagang bully ako. Utang ina. Talagang bully ako, especially to the enemies of the state. Talagang bully ako. Ito pa, sabi ko sa mga sundalo, yung mga human rights na you're flying everywhere, anywhere yung utak ninyo. I said, take no prisoners, which is kill them. Which is correct. But you don't listen to my speech. This media, lalo na itong mga EBS, kunin lang yung kill them. Yan ang problema ninyo, kaya minura ko kayo. Walang presidente na pinutang ina kayo because you are not behaving. Now you're asking me for talks. When you publish in the newspaper or quote us in media, itong mga reporters would only quote, kill them. I said, kill them. In a fight, if you have to shoot them at the heart or the head. Sabi ko, why? Because they will be detained here in Marawi. Wala tayong prisuhan. Ngayon, and the courts will always insist that they will be, that's the law, that they will be tried and detained in the place where they committed the crime. Kaya huwag kayong mapatayin talaga ninyo. Kasi ilagay natin yan dyan sa barracks natin dyan sa ating mechanized division. Pag iskapo niyan, dalhin yung kanyo natin, ipaputok pa sa atin. Marami. How many jailbreaks in Mindanao? In Cotabato alone? 6. Cotabato City, 4. Ang jail doon nire-rate tapos pinapalabas. Alam ba ninyo yan? Because you do not publish. Or ito mga tagamay nila, hindi kayo, mga bright kayo, I believe ako. Mga gonggong. Sabi na, why? What happened last April in Davao? It was bombed. How many were killed? 27. Few years ago, the church was bombed twice. How many died? 59. The airport, just as the people were coming out of the departure arrival, it was bombed. How many died? 32. In the wharf, Three nuns were lining up there. I have to scoop the brain of the nun to put it in a can because the face was shattered. Zamboanga. And you say that the violation is only in Marawi. Turpi. Talaga kayo nagboto. Mag-usap tayo ngayon. Dalhin ko kayo doon sa mga biyuda. Kailan lang yun? Kung sabihin na it's only in Marawi, rebellion has been going on in Mindanao. Walang pinasanto doon. Hindi lang nyo binabasa ng gusto. Kasi it's very porous. Kung separate islands yan, baby. Kung separate yan, very porous, they can go. And Mindanao, this is not to, the Moro has nothing to do it, pareho tayo. Pareho tayo maranaw. So, just shut up. Huwag kayong, ito ang totoo. Maraming Muslim sa Mindanao, lahat ng, sa Abra mayroon. In this fight, why do you think the Moro would side? Kung patayan, they will side with government? Kung ako ngayon, kung nakatira ako, hindi kami umalis ng, dinalang nanay ko sa labas. I will be a resident of Marawi. What do you think will be my sentiment? Solo, Davao, puro Muslim ang clubs yan. There are clubs. Parang baryo-baryo. Pag nagsentimento ang putukan, magputok yan sabay-sabay. Another thing, I'll talk it about in the conference. Sumobra itong left. Magawa ka ng bahay, nakawin. Sabi ko yung sundalo, do not force this. I will just build yours. Bigay mo na lang. And may project ngayon, gusto na naman nilang kumatin. Do not commit that mistake. Here and I will tell you, including the Congress of the Republic of the Philippines. You do anarchy, I will order the soldiers and the police to shoot. Even if I have to bury 1,000 Filipinos. Huwag ninyo akong ganunin. Either let us understand this beginning today. Either we have laws in this country or we do not. We enforce the laws against the minors and the rich, but I will also enforce laws against anarchy, disturbance, and create trouble. Kayo rin, natatakot ninyo. Takutin ninyo ako na occupy the streets. Anak ng meeting. You stay there, you ask for 2 days, I will give you 6 months. Huwag kayong umalis dyan. Kainin ninyo pati yung dumi ninyo dyan. Magtakot-takutin mo ang gobyerno. I'm sorry, I've exceeded my time, but kailangan ko sabihin para maintindihan rin na total na nandito na lang rin ako sa media, nakikinig pati lahat. Kayong mga left, I will not talk to you. Why should I? Wag mo na akong pilitin na magpatayo kayo mga pro-poor, shut up. Wait for 2 years because I have, this is my proposal. I may be totally wrong and I will accept it, but this is mine. From now on, I will save money for the armed forces of the Philippines. We have lost so much soldiers. And there are thousands already incapacitated to fight. Pati yung pulis ko, araw-araw ninyong inaambot. Pati ang convoy ko, kasi doon ako magsakay, inambos nila. Pati ako ang gagom, pati ako patay na, sabagay, malayo ako doon. Pero convoy ko kasi yun hindi lang ako doon sa Alam mo, ginamitan nyo ng machine gun. Kaya lang armorized. Kaya kayo mga congressman, senador na ayaw ninyong, baka may kalaban kayo. Asawa ba ninyo, katira ninyo ngayon? O inagaw ninyo? armorize ninyo. Totoo, proven M60. Alright. Si Todrilon, M60 sir. Hindi talaga tumaanas. Pati binara na nila. Nasira na lang yung barang. Hindi talaga nila. And the soldiers inside will order all the time. Minamasinggan na, hindi tatalab. Oh, kaya gago pati yung convoy ko may ambusin. Hindi nila alam na nakasibat na ako. Kaya gusto niya ako mag-usap kayo na. Sumobra kayo. Ikaw, season, mag-inom ka ng tang yung orange. Matanda ka na. Kayong Pilipinas na kinig. Buong Pilipinas. Kayong mga bata. Kayong mga lumad natives. Ito matatanda na ito. Season is sick. May colon cancer. Ang gastos ng Norway, sumurrender na siya. Kasi naging issue sa politika. This government who sponsored those, who provided the good offices, matatalo sa eleksyon dahil sa issue dyan. Kasi pabalik-balik ang mga buang kala mo, mga turista. Wala na ang pinag-usapan. Pagdating dito, gusto ng ganito, gusto ng ganito. Lo mo. Huwag mong sabihin yung meaning doon sa mga bisita. Pura na ko ba? Talagang ako, sir? Masyadong demanding. Hindi naman kayo nanalo ng eleksyon si minsan. You cannot even hang on to a barangay. And you keep on killing people. Hindi lang yung mga pulis, pati yung mga civilians na ayaw magsali sa kanila. Kaya sabi ko talaga, buang ka. Ang sinabi ko talaga, pardon po siya, pinutang ina ko talaga siya. The other day sa Davao. Sino tinatakot ninyo? Katanda-tanda na ninyo eh. At lahat tayo mamatay. Kayong mga na iwan dyan sa karsada, mabuti pa umuwi kayo. Wala kayong makuha dyan sa komunista. Do you think that if the ISIS prevails in this country, that you will have a place in their society? You must be awfully stupid. As stupid. Wala kayong makuha. Lahat ay damay. Thank you for allowing the exhaust dito. In our sustained effort to achieve just and lasting peace, class, be courteous. Do not make a noise. The visitors are listening. Just and lasting peace. For United Nations, we are pursuing an inclusive peace process in promoting the participation of all stakeholders, including those conflict-affected areas. We took steps to promote inclusiveness in the Bangsamoro Transmission Commission by expanding its membership to Executive Order Number 8, which I signed in November last year, by giving representation to indigenous peoples, women, children, and sultanates, and key stakeholders in the drafting of the Bangsa Basic Law, we ensure a Bangsamoro government that truly reflects the aspirations of our Muslim brothers and sisters as well, as our indigenous brethren. We have embarked on various initiatives to advance our national interests in the global community. We pursue good relations with all nations anchored on an independent foreign policy and the basic tenets of sovereign equality, mutual respect, and non-interference. ASEAN independent nation will uphold and promote our national interests in the international community. We will strengthen and seek partnership with those who share our values. We will engage nations with full respect for the rule of law, sovereign equality, and again, non-interference. These are the principles that we are upholding as we advance towards this year for the meeting as the chair of the ASEAN. We have cultivated warmer relations with China through bilateral dialogues and other mechanisms, leading to easing of tensions between the two countries and improved negotiating environment on the West Philippine Sea. At this point, allow me to take a step back in time in 1901. In 1901, there was known as Balingiga, and that is Eastern Samar. It was the time for Philippine-American War, a combined group of Filipino villagers and guerrillas in an effort to defend Samar Island from the alien invaders, attacked and overwhelmed a U.S. United States infantry garrison. 48 American officers and men were slain in the attack. On the Filipino side, the casualty count was 28 killed and 22 wounded. In retaliation, U.S. gunboats and patrols were sent to Balingiga, Samar, with the order to make a desert of Balingiga and to reduce Samar Island into an island of howling wilderness, where every male citizen from the age of 10 and above and capable of bearing arms would be put to death. The church bells of Balingiga were seized by the Americans as spoils of war. Those bells are reminders of the gallantry and heroism of our forebears, who resisted the American colonizers and sacrificed their lives in the process. Krag against Bolo. Krag was the standard rifle issue to the American troops. And that is how the historians describe. Nauna ka, pababa mo. De, baba mo, pataas yan. Mahirap talaga itong director ka, ikaw pa ang speech. Ministers describe, sige, the Philippine-American War. That is why I say today, give us back those Balingiga bells. They are ours. They belong to the Philippines. They are part of our national heritage. Isauli naman ninyo, masakit yon sa amin. We not talk about our overseas Filipinos. They are our heroes. They and their families have sacrificed much for the country. We all know how a large part of our economy comes from their remittances. That is why, to ensure that their rights are protected, I ordered the increase of our assistance to the OFW from 400 million to more than 1 billion. We have been hard at work in securing the rights and welfare of our OFW. A year ago, I also learned government officials and employees that I will never tolerate corruption in my administration, not even a whiff of it. Let the dismissal of several higher-ranking officials, whom I myself appointed, serve as a warning to all that I will never back down on my commitment to cleanse this government and corporation. In order to bring government services closer to the people, establish hotlines, government centers that receive public concerns. One of which is the hotline 911, which allowed us to receive and immediately respond to emergencies. We also launched hotline 8888, the Citizens Complaint Hotline. This is a public hotline facility that receives feedbacks or concerns on government services. Since we launched this hotline, we have received numerous complaints from the public on government slow government processing, unclear of changing procedures and requirements, centralized issuances of clearance and permits in Metro Manila, and discourteous government employees, among others. Meron ito eh. Time and again, yung pagtansak ng ordinaryo, the ordinary people who don't track business in government. In the last ASEAN Ministerial Conference, I don't know why Malacan has to, my office has to do some work for all the others, like itong mga barong. It's always that outfit takes care of the attires that will be given to the ministerials, this time to the heads of state. Alam mo, I'd like to address this myself to government. Iyan bang bayaran? Pabalik-balikin ninyo ang tao. I know that because I've been mayor for 23 years. I never allowed it in my city. But dito, alam mo yung mga sastre, diyan sa Paranaque hanggang Cavite, yung mga tiloring diyan, ang negosyo lang yan involved. Boy Scout, teachers uniform, Girl Scouts, naghahabol yan sila ng mga kontrata. And they are just the stores that you find along the way until Cavite. They group together during times of ganito, may ASEAN, and they look for a person to represent them. This is not no offense intended, but usually they look for beautiful women, young, who would do the talking, arrangement, because it's the reality of life. But the beautiful women gets the attention always. Tapos, pag na-deliver na nila, nasukatan na, pabalik-balikin ninyo. And right there in Malacanang, it happened. So I will fire the lady, whoever was connected with it, as I have fired everybody else. A cabinet member for buying an 18 million truck in Austria. That was not our contract. It was contract of the previous administration. 14 of those 18 million were already delivered. This cabinet member was, I was informed about, and I said his legal office to stop it. You know what? You can just write ahead. Travel there, sign something for another tranche of delivery. So right there, right in the cabinet meeting, I said, were you able to read the opinion of your own law office? He said no. But Sonny Dominguez, was already passing to me yung sa iPhone. So I was reading it while I was talking to him. So, putang ina mo, you're fired. You're lying. And so I fired him. Go out of this office. I do not want to see your face again. Ganon ako ka-stricto. So the cabinet members, they are here, they're only given noon 1 year, 2 years, 1 month. The directors, makinig kayo sa gobyerno, bantay kayo. Directors, you're only given 15 days. And I do not want directors out of their office. You eat your lunch there. Lahat kayong taga-gobyerno. So that you can resume to work immediately. Now, ito ang deal ko sa public. There is the 8888. I cannot stop corruption and wrongdoings if you do not cooperate. You text me, libre yan, 888. You name the public official. Name his sins in that bulletin, and I will take it from there. Do not be afraid about libel. I will take care of that. Yun ang gawin ninyo. I have to have your help. Hindi kasi kayo wala yan. Lahat. Police, military, lahat. Pati ako. If you think that may nagawa ako ng masama, sabihin ninyo. Do not be afraid. We are all workers of government. Kayo yung employer namin. We get the money from your pocket to our pockets. Kayo nan pa nyo, since when have you heard me talk about government and officials? I always address everybody, workers of government. I seldom mention Malacanang Palace. It is not a palace. It is just a house of wood. So why should I call it a palace? Give me something like the European style. Yeah, I just called it office. Palas-palas ka dyan eh. And besides, all the rats of Pasig are there. Just beside Pasig River. So yung lahat ng mga daga dyan kung saan-saan, doon naglalanding. It has a wild field. And they are not killed because they are presidential mouse. Ayun ang sabi ng sundalo. Sir, hindi daw ipagbaril kay presidential mouse. Putang ina, mabuti pag mouse dito kaya hindi pa pinapatay. Yung tao, kinakatay ninyo. The people's patience is wearing thin. So is mine. I am reiterating my directive to all government agencies from frontline services to our people from womb to tomb to further streamline the respective services to make these truly efficient and people-friendly. We want to ensure that our people receive the quality services that they deserve, minus the delays by the bureaucratic red tape. I expect speedy reforms along this line. We will right-size the national government. Let us trim the excess fat and add more muscle through the expeditious passage of the Act right-sizing the national government to improve public service and support. I therefore urge Congress to pass this at the soonest. For the government-owned and controlled corporations, isa pa kayo, the implementation of the existing salary standardization law pending review in the compensation and position classification system. It's excessive, extravagant, and unconscionable. Salaries and allowances, incentives, benefits, and bonuses across the government-owned or controlled corporations at this time increases will have to pass by my office. And I am not inclined to increase your allowances, bonuses, and salaries at this time. Wala. You cannot do it on your own. You have to direct it to the Executive Secretary. And I will just tell you, I am not inclined to give increases right now. Maybe 7 years from now, when Drelon makes it to the presidency. I also appeal to the Supreme Court to seriously consider the national interest and our development goals before issuing TROs and injunctions and critical government projects and cases involving government assets. I am just a co-worker also, ladies and gentlemen. May I be allowed to be also just as frank? Total, wala naman akong inaano eh. I do not mean to offend you. But I cite, for example, the Supreme Court TRO that prevents the Department of Health from distributing subdermal implants which cost the West States of $250 million worth of taxpayers' money. I also note that since its issuance 2 years ago, that this TRO has impaired the government's ability to fully implement responsibly planning and family planning and methods in the RH law. It is time that we put an end to the practice of some parties of resorting technicalities in our laws, prevent the government from fulfilling its mandate. Ganito yan, ma'am. Total, this is as good as any other time to talk to you. And may I be understood by you. I am sorry to say this. Really, I am. I do not intend to do it. But if we have to talk about government and our sins, which I am not an exception, or our, delays, lahat naman tayo nagkakamali. Ganito yan. Two things. Wala na talaga akong panahon. I'll just say, I don't know if I can make another SONA again in the future. It's not for me to tell. Itong TRO has been the bane of projects. And even kung songhe yung mga Ayala nag-aawa yan. Just to make you understand na hindi lang kayo. Tapos yung TRO na yan would delay the projects. Now God, and I'm asking Congress, find me a law na kung may bidding naman at it was regular, so dapat ang korte or somebody else should not be messing it up. Because it will delay the projects, which has been the case in the provinces. Alam mo, mag-file yan ng kaso, either it is really the truth, well, the COA will find out, makihati siya. I will withdraw the case and dissolve the TRO, of course. Then you just give me a few, 10%. Ganon ang ugali ng Pilipino. Kaya yung TRO na yan is the bane of our efficiency. And I really do not know whether, I will not attribute anything, ma'am, sa Supreme Court. Maybe I am at fault, so I am sorry if I misquote or I did not have the complete facts. But itong Congress na ito passed the reproduction law. It was already a law na dapat i-implement because we were really going into a family planning. I am not for abortion. I am not for birth control. But certainly I am for the giving of the freedom to a Filipino family the size ng pamilya niya. How many children would be able to support and send to school? Ang nangyari nitong TRO, sir, ma'am, may nag-file doon sa inyo, Supreme Court. Tapos nag-issue kayo ng TRO 2 years ago. In the meantime, ang gobyerno, nagbili ng medisina, itong subdermal, pati itong mga pills, worth 360. It was not really a reckless purchase. It was in preparation for the implementation of the law. Because di naman akalain na mag-TRO, and it has been 2 years. The medicines will expire next month. I told Obial, the health secretary, to find out if there is a nation which would allow it, and i-donate na lang rather than go to waste. Yan ho ang nangyari. I do not blame you. You might have been very busy or something. Well, ako, I'm just, I am below you actually. Pero, sinasabi ko lang, may isa pa. Huwag na lang itong speech, walang kuha dyan. The Bain, isa pa, itong the Congress and tayo sa gobyerno, including the judges and justice, should understand that by this time, yung lowest bid, yun ang nagpo-promote ng graft and corruption sa ating bayan. COA, you are here. At maraman na lang ninyo na may violation ako. Doon sa military, I do not allow them to bid. That's just to buy the weapons from everywhere. Because almost all countries are making arms. The tawag nila small arms industry. We are just fighting a rebellion. True, we do not need the armaments. But dyan sa Marawi, you have to hit hard because they are prepositioned inside building. And until now, we cannot proceed fast because there are 300 hostages. Sabi ko, do not assault. If necessary, we'll just have to wait. Wait it out. But we have to give food. You do not do. I don't care if they are Moro or Christian. But it's not. We do not have that luxury. Kasi pag there's a distinct possibility that we attack, they will just behead everybody. So find a way to do it. If you cannot find a way to do it, then just, I said, wait it out. Diyan ang nakatagal. Baka sabihin, hindi marunong itong sundalo. Ako yung nagpipigil. Initially sabi ko, Bombay, sir, hindi talaga madala, sir. Every window is occupied, yung high-rise. And we were losing because of the snipers. And in the hari, I said, slow down. Hindi ako nagyayabang, when I was in the camp, sa Ranao, well, I was being briefed by the military, and I was giving the instructions. I heard about 16 pumutok, at saka yung bala na, wing, wing, wing. Yung mga reporter na doon sa likod ng stage, kasi semento yun. We will, if this is the way how we should wait, then we will wait. Unless you can find a solution, somebody here with what's the God, even a horse sense to negotiate for the release of. Yan. Yung itong isang, abalik ko yung lowest bid. Alam mo, ganun yan, Adre. Ang magbabagsak ng lowest bid, yung walang pera. Ang magbabagsak ng lowest bid, sasabihin niya doon sa, magbibigay po ako sa inyo. Kung sino-sino yan, mga opisyal. So, lowest bid, papanaluhin siya. So, with no capital, bibigay siya ng pera. Tapos, lahat bigyan niya. Connected wheel. Lahat. Pagkatapos yan, if it is 100 million project, he has to pay so many guys. Ang naiwan niya 100, out of the 140 million na lang. So, that is the cost of the project. So when I was campaigning for the presidency, I was all over the Philippines. My God, I could see the appropriation. Pero ang airport nila, 3 meters long. So ginawa na lang basketball court. And there is a province here. Hindi kayo. If you look into the records back in time, na puro na complex ang roads dyan. Talagang daan dito, daan doon. Pero pag pumunta taka, isang daan lang. It's only one highway. That is how corruption destroys the nation. Ngayon, last. I have to say this. Kailangan ko, sir, sabihin, sir. I was elected June 31st. Nag-oath ako. So, July, nagpunta na ako sa AFP Medical Center. Nakwento ko na ba ito sa ito? Hindi pa. Tapos sabi ko, quite familiar kasi I signed a lot of, nung mayor ko. Sabi ko, may MR ba kayo? Sabi niya, wala, sir. Sabi ko, may state-of-the-art ba kayo na x-ray? Sabi niya, wala, sir. Sabi ko, may hyperbaric ba kayo? That's the chamber where you are placed inside. If you suffer events, you are nagdi-deep dive ka. But it is also high pressure that can arrest gangrene, especially those who are extracted from the field of battle about 2 days na. Gangrene sets in, so they are placed there, and it can work miracles for a wounded soldier. So, in one upuan, in one setting, you did this. Then I saw the building when I went inside. Yung drainage nila bumabalik. So I said, I'm really surprised. Military men, why would you allow that kind of thing? The dirt is going back to the... How do you expect the sailors the soldiers to get well? Tapos, that's the only building. The oldest. I said, okay, you rehabilitate it. I'll give you a new one in the meantime. But last month, I went to the back of my office, doon sa barracks ng Presidential Guards. So they were groundbreaking for the hospitals of the soldiers. And I asked the soldiers who were there also from Bilona, are you now using the equipments? Alam mo ang sinagot sa akin, sir, tayo-tayo na lang mag-usap, huwag na lang yan sila. Tayo na wala pa. Hindi pa na-deliver. Nabi ko, if this is the way how you treat our soldiers, and they are dying now, and that machine was ordered a year ago, then a cordita, a mutiny, is not a surprise to me. Kaya sabi ko kay Ubial, hindi niya kasalanan because of the procurement. Pero ganun kahaman. Secretary Villar here, Ubial. Are you here, Secretary? Change the procedure because I will change you. Talaga magkudita ito. Marami lang. We are losing about, by this time, every day, we lose about 10 every day. Sometimes I say it's a useless warrior. But there is a rebellion. Sabi ko, baski kung ako ang sundalo niya. And there is a machine already ordered. It could have saved my leg. Tapos wala ma. Kaputang ina, magkudita ako. And let us get the machine by ourselves. I will not be surprised if it's already in their mind. Ako, I'd only be too willing to step down. But as a long-term solution, I urge Congress to thoroughly review the existing procurement laws and come up with legislation that will ensure prompt delivery of goods and services to the people, especially medicines and hospital equipments. Kasi itong military, ay sabi ko, do not mind COA about, I will answer for that. Since COA is here, I limited to 3 places where the military can buy the equipments. Because I'm sure that they will work and they can kill the enemies and make even our forces stronger or in parity with what they have on the other side. Itong armas, sabi ko, huwag mong sundin yung ano. I will explain to COA why. Huwag mo akong pababilihin dyan sa mga lugar ng South America, lahat dyan sa Mid-Europe, Eastern European countries are also, there are good ones, but I limited them to especially equipments in listening. Kasi kung magbili ka doon sa iba, nakikinig rin sila, sabay na kayo. 3 na kayo nagkaka-communicate. Tawag sa Bisaya, brain. Our laws should support and not impede national development in a speedy and sustainable manner. In our bid to accelerate human capital development, we seek ensure lifelong opportunities by enhancing quality of and access to education and training programs. We have sustained investments in higher education and committed to the full implementation of the K-12 Basic Foundation Program. We have widened the reach of skills training and increased the number of out-of-school children and youth who have availed of the alternative learning system. To ensure that Filipinos are given access to quality and affordable health services, we expanded health insurance coverage and benefits. The destitute and the indigent, or those who just could not afford hospitalization, can now be provided with free services of government-operated and public hospitals as well as we have strengthened the implementation of the no-balance billing policy. Kaya mga Pilipino na kikinig sa akin ngayon, pagpa-hospital kayo, ako ang magbayad. Total, hindi man nila ako mademanda. Pasok lang kayo doon, occupy the hospital. Sabihin mo lang, totoo. Pasok kayo ng hospital, sabihin ninyo na sabi ni Mayor Duterte, pagamot daw kami, siya daw ang bahala magbayad. Marami tayong tresurero dito, ilan oh. Huwag na yan, yung iba naman, taas na. I have signed Executive Order number 26 imposing a ban on smoking in public places to mitigate its consequences. We want to minimize access to tobacco products and provide a more supportive environment for those who are attempting to quit tobacco use. Alam mo bakit? Tanamaan ako ng, di ba ito, I've been very frank with you. I have a Barrett and I have a Berger's disease caused by smoking. So, ang problema niyan, in a survey in the Philippines all over the world, why is it that the women workforce in an office and the men have acquired in equal, almost in parity in numbers, sick of cancer? And it was found out because the poor girl has also to inhale your smoke. Kaya pinahang ko sa Davao. In Davao, you cannot see a person there walking with a cigarette. Foreigners, they can argue with you. Say that this is my money, not your money. So then, okay, eat your money. All I will shoot your balls at. Investing in the health sector is never a cost to be endured but an opportunity to be explored. If we have to embrace the vision of a prosperous Philippines, we have to start putting value to our people's well-being, because the success of every Filipino's pursuit in life, liberty, and happiness directly mirrors the fulfillment of our aspiration as a Filipino. I would like to reiterate my personal and this administration commitment to fully implement the Magna Carta of Women to the barangay level. Tapos na to. To this effect, executive government units institutionalizing gender and development program services. We are targeting to increase government spending on infrastructure from 5% of the GDP in 2017 to 7% of the GDP by 2022, amounting to a total of 8 to 9 trillion pesos, or 160 to 180 billion dollars. Infrastructure projects. We will make a few years the golden age of infrastructure in the Philippines to enhance our mobility and connectivity, and thereby spur development growth on equitable in the country. In other words, we are going to build and build. To improve our sea connectivity, we launched 15 brand new ro-ro vessels to ply major nautical routes all over the country. We also opened the ASEAN ro-ro shipping route connecting the ports of Davao and General Santos, Philippines to Bitong, Indonesia. To address the congestion of our seaports, we modernized the ports of Iloilo, General Santos, and Cagayan de Oro, and Zamboanga. We shall complete strategic road and bridge projects, and some of the road sections shall be widened and improved to address the worsening traffic. Alam mo, si Ma'am Grace, you are pushing for, when I became president, EDSA was already horrendous, as it was a horror of the other administrations. Now, I brought in Tugade because Tugade is, to me, a bright boy. He's a billionaire. He was my classmate. He was a valedictorian in the law class. Talagang husay. But we needed money, and we tried to get your help to raise money. Ayaw naman ibigay. Hanggang ngayon, pa yung EDSA. Okay lang. At least gumanda lahat. Mag-iwan naman tayo ng pangit. We will not make it all smooth in the Philippines. We live a little alley known as EDSA as the road to perdition. But anyway, since I could not get any funding, I traveled to China and make friends with them. And the ambassador is Ambassador Zhao. Thank you for the help. And as a matter of fact, willing, said, if your Congress has no money, we will give you the money. And China has committed to build 2 bridges to span Pasig River, free of charge, so that you will be comfortable in crossing Pasig. Anyway, all the strategic road and transport projects shall go to naught if we cannot free our streets, which continue to be obstructed by illegally parked vehicles. Yung EDSA na yan, traffic obstructions and undisciplined drivers who stop in the middle of the road and unsanctioned barriers in some areas. I am directing the MMDA and the LGUs of Metro Manila, as well as the LGUs of Metro Manila, Metro Cebu, and all other regional centers to ensure the flow of traffic and immediately clear our roads and thoroughfares of all unnecessary obstruction, including vehicles parked on the streets barriers. Sanctioned by government and penalize all traffic obstructions regardless of stature. Well, sometimes hindi mo mano dyan because the police, it's a cabinet member. Pero me, I have not authorized my cabinet member to utilize the low plate. So it's not for us to, you just use an ordinary plate. Para walang masabi yung tao. And I do not want you parking there when there's no parking. Please, we move. Airports, we are building new airports. We might get some money also from China, and we'll have new airports in the coming days. We are now accelerating the implementation of the communications, navigation, surveillance, and air traffic management system projects, which will result in the on-time arrivals and departures, better manage air traffic, reduce flight operational costs, and safer and more convenient travel experience. Revenues are the lifeblood of government, which enables us to provide for the people's needs. Last May 31st, 2017, we achieved the first steps towards more equitable taxes to fund better services for the people. I commend the House of Representatives for heeding my urgent certification to the tax reform by passing the first of the 5 packages of the Comprehensive Tax Reform Program with an overwhelming 246 votes, representing almost 9% of the Filipino people. The fate of the tax reform is now in the hands of the Senate. Ano bang gusto ninyong gawin? Magluhod ako niyan? Well, really, I leave it up to you. We're all Filipinos. If you think that's a waste, fine. If you think it's not good, it's okay with me. I can survive. Next, I call on the Senate to support my tax reform in full and to pass it without haste. Ayaw mo nagpakpak. Wala, pati si ano, wala. They are not clapping, so maybe si Angara ayaw rin mag-clap. Bantay ka lang sa eleksyon, tignan mo. These reforms are designed to be pro-poor, especially when the people understand how the revenues will be spent. The passage of the tax reform law is needed to fund the proposed 2018 budget, which I am submitting here and today. The poor and the vulnerable are at the heart of my tax reform. Your support will ensure that the benefits of the tax reform can be felt immediately by them. In the meantime, the Department of Finance and the Bureau of Internal Revenue are strengthening and running after tax evaders. I have directed the Department of Finance and the BIR to accept Mighty Corporation's offer of 25 billion to settle its tax liabilities. After the settlement, Mighty will no longer engage in tobacco business. This will be the biggest tax settlement on record. It will produce a windfall for government, which is significant since we have to face the unexpected costs of rebuilding Marawi and Ormoc. The acceptance of the tax settlement offer does not preclude other criminal charges against the company that the BIR may decide to file. A settlement will allow government to avoid a long battle that, as we saw in the previous years, could take years to resolve. Let this be a lesson to others. This administration will spare no one found cheating the government of its due. We view information and communications technology, or ICT, as an effective medium to implement positive and meaningful changes in our society. To this end, my cabinet approved the National Broadband Plan of 2017 to begin the work to bringing affordable internet access to every community and improving broadband connectivity in the country. We have installed free Wi-Fi internet in almost 400 public places around the country. We hope that the public will use to access important information and services. The National Government Portal, which we launched recently, will allow faster and easier delivery of public services and reduce the number of visits of the public for government transactions. The Digital Terrestrial Television Broadcasting Migration Plan has also been launched. The switch to digital from analog transmission will not only give a better TV viewing experience, but also provide effective, reliable information to Filipinos in times of calamities. The government-owned Salam Digital TV, the first Muslim TV in the Philippines, is now already on test broadcasting. There are some of the things that we have done for the past 12 months. A more detailed narrative contained in my report to the people will be released soon. Whether or not my first year of administration was a year of gains or a year of setbacks is not for me to say, but for the people to judge. I defer to the people's judgment. My fellow citizens, much remains to be done. Corruption persists like a fishbone stuck in the throat. It pains and it is disconcerting. We need to pry corruption from government corpus, which is deeply embedded. And we also need to put an end to squabbles and bickerings within agencies focused fully on speedy provisions of quality public service to our people. Believe me, it is easier to build from scratch than to dismantle the rotten and rebuild upon its rubbles. Nevertheless, let us work together and lay a new foundation upon which a better Philippines can be reconstructed. Help me build a better tomorrow. Let me end. Gusto ninyo? Uwi na tayo? O gusto ninyo yung kwento? Marami pa yung kwento sa inyo. Let me end by wishing everyone in the language of the old. May God keep us forever sheltered in the hollow of His hand. Salamat.
On the part of the Senate, the joint session is adjourned. On the part of the House of Representatives, the joint session is adjourned. Thank you, sir. Adto ta sa budget.
Mr. Senate President, Mr. Speaker, members of the House of Representatives and the Senate, I respectfully endorse and hand to both the Senate and the House of Representatives the budget for the year 2018. Respectfully submitted.
Good. Galing. Early.
Asam ta?
Kasama na doon si Presidente. Ikaw.
Bato ko nga to sa demonstrators.
Wala na. At lukas, hindi ka naman po kayo din sa back sa room. For,
punta ko doon sa...
Diretso ka na.
Mga bugiro na puta.
Tuwan talaga. Saan tayo? Saan tayo?
Para sa pagbabago, sawa na ang bayan ko sa magnanakaw na tao. Ikaw ang mataahon sa piling mo, di ko mawawala ang korupsyon. Tayo na Pilipinas, tayo na magbago. Hawak kamay tayo para sa pagkasenso. Ikaw at ako, tayong lahat kay Rodrigo Duterte, para sa tunay na pagbabago. Masdan mo ang paligid, alamak mga krimen, rape, droga at mga nakawan, dapat nga mapigilan.
At yan nga po ang ikalawang State of the Nation address ni Pangulong Duterte. Number 1 sa kanyang talumpati ang kampanya kontra droga at korupsyon. Hindi raw titigil ang pamahalaan hanggang hindi nasusugpo ang mga problemang ito. Hindi rin magkakaroon ng downtime ang anti-narcotics campaign. Pinangaralan naman niya ang mga kritiko ng war on drugs. Sa halip daw kasi na atakihin o lagi siyang batikusin, mas mainam daw kung gamitin na lamang nilang impluensya para ituro sa mga kabataan ang masamang epekto ng droga. Nabanggit din niya ang centerpiece ng kanyang administration, ang change is coming. Ang tunay na pagbabago raw ang kailangan ng bansa. Ang dapat daw na manguna rito ay ang mga matataas na opisyal sa gobyerno. Common goal naman daw ng mga Pilipino ang pagkamit ng kapayapaan lalo na sa Mindanao. Ngunit malaking balakid daw sa pangarap na ito ang mga gulo sa rehiyon, lalo na ang bakbakan sa Marawi. Dito na dinipensahan ng Pangulo ang pagdedeklara ng martial law. Kailangan daw ang batas militar sa Mindanao upang masugpo ang lahat ng mga terorista at tiyakin na kaunti o walang maapektuhan sa labang ito. Muli rin niyang ipinahayag ang suporta sa mga sundalong nakikipagbakbakan sa Marawi. Patuloy din daw ang pamahalaan sa pamamahagi ng tulong sa mga apektado ng gulo roon. Naglaan naman ng ilang minuto ang Pangulo tungkol sa pagmimina. Banta niya sa mining companies, ideklara ng tama ang kanilang kinikita at bayaran ng tamang buwis. Maghanda na raw sila sa gagawin ng Pangulo kung hindi nila ito susundin. Tama na raw sana ang paninira sa mga watershed at ng kalikasan dahil sobra-sobra na raw ang nakukuha ng mga kumpanya sa mga mahihirap na mining communities. Ipatitigil na rin daw ang extraction at exportation ng mineral resources ng Pilipinas patungo sa ibang bansa. Sa halip ay dito na lamang daw sa Pilipinas ipoproseso ang raw materials. Nakiusap siya sa Kongreso na ipasa ang National Land Use para magamit ng maayos ang mga lupa. Kasabay nito ay ang request niya sa Kamara at Senado na agad ipasa ang pagbabalik ng death penalty para sa heinous crimes, lalo na sa drug trafficking. Sana rin daw ay makagawa ng batas ang Kongreso ng batas para sa adaptation at sa mas mabilis na disaster response. Pag-uusapan naman daw ang issue ng West Philippine Sea at federalism sa lalong madaling panahon. Hindi naman nakailag sa birada ng Pangulo ang human rights advocates. Sana raw ay sinasabi nila mga tamang prinsipyo ng karapatang pantao at huwag daw sanang magsabi ng trivial o mga walang saysay na bagay tungkol dito. Tanong din niya, bakit nila masyadong binibigyan ng importansya at focus si Senadora Laila de Lima? Moral person o may kredibilidad daw ba ang senadora? Muli rin niyang binatikos ang ilang media companies dahil sa kulang-kulang na pag-uulat o pag-misquote daw sa kanya. Inamin naman ng Pangulo na meron siyang pinatay noong mayor pa siya ng Davao pero hindi na niya ito idinitalye. Hindi na raw makikipag-usap ang Pangulo sa mga komunistang rebelde. Birada niya, wala raw makukuha ang bansa sa mga komunista. Sa kabila nito ay susulong daw ng Pangulo ang pagpasa ng Bangsamoro Basic Law. Special mention naman ng China sa Pangulo. Gumanda na raw kasi ang relasyon ng Manila at Beijing. Pinadadagdagan naman daw niya ang assistance sa mga OFW sa 1 bilyong piso mula sa 400 million pesos. Sa isyu ng corruption, nakiusap ang Pangulo sa publiko na isumbong ang mga kurakot gamit ang national hotline na 8888. Tinalakay din ni Duterte ang issue ng RH law. Hindi raw siya pro-abortion o pro-birth control, pero gusto lang daw niyang bigyan ng freedom of choice ang mga pamilya. Kaya sana raw ay ma-lift na ang TRO nito. Hinimok din niya ang Kongreso na repasuhin ang kasalukuyang procurement laws para mapabilis ang paghahatid ng serbisyo sa taong bayan, lalo na pagdating sa serbisyong pangkalusugan at edukasyon. Ibinida rin ng Pangulo ang kanyang executive order para sa nationwide smoking ban na nagsimula ng ipatupad kahapon. Gayon din ang kanyang Build Mega Infrastructure Program na naglalayong pagandahin ang sistema ng transportasyon at kalakalan ng bansa. Sa pagtatapos ng SONA, isinuwiti ng Pangulo sa Kongreso ang proposed national budget para sa 2018. At anumang oras po mula ngayon ay magdaraos po ng post-SONA press conference si Pangulong Duterte. Antabayanan po yan sa Action TV, sa news5.com.ph at sa News5 Facebook page. At dyan po nagtatapos ang special coverage ng News5 sa ikalawang State of the Nation address ni Pangulong Duterte. Sa ngalan po ng buong puwersa ng News5, ako po si Lucy Cruz Valdez. At ito na po ang mga maiinit na balita sa aksyon.
Party mode sa tapat ng batasang pambansa sa ikalawang State of the Nation address si Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Ang nanguna sa rakrakan, mga pulis. May libre pang pagkain at souvenirs. Pero sa Commonwealth Avenue, galit ang maririnig.
Amelia Pan!
Palayain! Naglalakihan ang mga effigy. May mga naglatag pa ng mga tsinelas at sapatos sa kalsada. Ang baksong balita, umpisa na. Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte inilatag ang mga nagawa ng kanyang administrasyon matapos ang isang taon. Suporta sa martial law at pagsugpo sa terorismo, hindi nawala sa ikalawang State of the Nation address ng Pangulo.
I declared martial law in Mindanao because I believe that was the fastest way to quell the rebellion.
War on drugs at paglaban sa korupsyon magpapatuloy ayon kay Digong.
That no matter how long it takes, the fight against illegal drugs will continue.
Iba pang isyu tulad ng kahirapan, trabaho at pagmimina, tututukan pa rin ng gobyerno. Mga militante grupo naglabas sa mga hinaing sa Administrasyong Duterte. Pangulo na tinuturing ilang kakampi noon, hindi raw tinupad ang kanyang mga pangako.
Marami sa mga pangako noon ay napako na ngayon.
Ang mga taga-suporta naman ni Pangulong Duterte nagsagawa rin ng sariling programa. Ilang pulis at opisyal ng gobyerno nakijam din. Charter change, ginawa ng prioridad ng Senado para bigyang daan ang federalismo na sinusulong ni Pangulong Duterte. Oposisyon, hindi raw basta palulusutin ng tsa-tsa.
We will debate on that. So we will scrutinize closely what this is all about.
Panukala na ipawalang bisa ang kasal kapag ayaw na ng mag-asawa at civil union ng mga miyembro ng LGBT, isusulong naman sa Kamara. Sa kabila naman ang panawagan na maging simple, ilang imbitado sa SONA, rumampa pa rin suot ang magarbong kasuotan. Fashion statement ng mga personalidad na dumalo sa SONA, muli nating silipin.
Live mula sa TV5 Media Center Reliance, nagbabalita ang hepe ng News 5, Lucy Cruz Valdez. Higit sa balita, aksyon.
Magandang gabi. Tumagal ng 2 oras ang ikalawang State of the Nation address ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Muli niyang iginiit ang mga isyong matagal na niyang dinidiin tulad ng illegal na droga at death penalty. Muli rin siyang nagpasaring sa mga tumutuligsa sa kanya. Sakay ng presidential helicopter, alas 4 ng hapon kanina dumating si Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte dito sa sa batasang pambansa. 30 minuto siyang na-late sa kanyang nakatakdang pagdating para sa kanyang ikalawang State of the Nation address o SONA. Tulad ng tradisyon, sinalubong siya ng pamunuan ng Senado at Kamara at nagkaroon ng impormal na diskusyon. Suot ng Pangulo ang kanyang simple at Marawi-inspired na barong. Mainit siyang tinanggap ng mga mambabatas sa plenary hall. Ang ilan hindi na nakapaghintay para makipag-selfie. Nang simula ng talumpati, agad pinaalala ng Pangulo ang tema ng kanyang panunungkulan, change o pagbabago. At muli niyang iginiit na hindi ito mangyayari kapag hindi nasusugpo ang kriminalidad at illegal na droga sa bansa.
Genuine change is what this country truly needs. I believe then, as I believe still, that progress and development will sputter